give me a minute.
Is Ryan joining us tonight?
No, he will not. He said he's
Okay.
going to be taking a break, so he's going to be out for a while.
Okay.
Okay.
Is he sad about Gamera?
I don't know. I don't know if he was 100% into it or not. We'll see. I guess it might have been a little bit much for him at the moment.
Okay.
Shit, now I lost my train of thought. Where the fuck am I thing? Fuck. Did I close that? No.
My, how the tables have turned.
My, how the turntables.
I like how several people already had characters made as backup because they were planning for failure.
I was.
I'll be honest. One of my original D&D campaigns, I made a wizard, and within 2 sessions, he was dead due to group hijinks.
Yeah, shit happens.
That's what you get for playing a squishy character sometimes, I guess.
Oh no, they sold me off to cultists.
What?
Wow, that's a interesting start. Was that in Tyler's campaign?
Nice.
How
Yeah,
much
that
money
was
did they get?
No, what had happened it was the Wrath of the Dragon Queen. It was like that expansion.
Mhm.
We were going after the cultists, and we got captured. And my character, and it wasn't my plan, so my character was just like, fuck it, I'll just take the bullet for this. But the 2 people who got captured with me managed to convince them that they were cultists, but neither one of them snuck me food in 5 days.
Oh, no.
And their retort to that was, we never had a time alone with them, to which Tyler shouted at them, you both had an entire day where it was just you two.
They forgot. Okay.
No, they just didn't think to actually feed me.
I'm going to need to do a little bit of work.
Well, I mean, if you look at it from their standpoint, do prisoners really need food? Especially if they're going to be a sacrifice.
I wasn't even a sacrifice, though. I was just manual labor.
Well, I mean, no one ever said high quality manual labor.
Yeah, I don't know why I was manual labor considering I was a wizard, but
Hold on, Angel. What's he looking at me like that for?
Well, that's promising. The first time I look at Lizard Man for generic tokens, they're all dead ones.
Excuse me, I was not dead. That was critical heat, sir.
No, I'm saying when I look in like this library of just cheapy little assets, they're all fucking just dead lizard men. That would be the first thing they'd go for, but
I used when I was setting up my one shot.
Lizard men?
When I was setting up my one shot, I used very little of their resources, and I just pulled my own in.
I know it's just quicker to grab these, especially when they're in
Yeah.
the library, because people are gonna have their own picture.
Mhm.
Fuck it, well, okay, so while I'm doing some map stuff anyway, you guys can start if you would like to start with recap.
Last time on Strange Times, the Lizard Man and the Dragonborn's plan kind of went tits up. The Lizard Man had to act fast. His plan: chuck the gnome and book it. He actually did it quite well. He yeeted out of a window, took out a person, and just bolted south of town. Meanwhile, the Dragonborn waited patiently for the Wizard Man's next instructions. When he opened the door and realized that he wasn't there anymore, he decided to also yeet out of a window. Unfortunately for the group, Grognar, the ever-loyal bastion for the Lizard Man, took off running right after him as he saw his boss running and realized that something had gone horribly wrong. Snurp, seeing everyone run in different directions, also panicked and ran in a completely different direction because he had no idea what was going on. Eventually, though, the group managed to calm down, and Snurp even wandered back, where they were grilled by Captain Vance about what had just transpired. After some tense negotiation and some tense back-and-forth story, they managed to get Vance to believe them that they had no idea what the fuck the Dragonborn and the Lizard Man had done, and were free to go on their merry way, but were offered a reward if they brought them in alive or dead. And that's actually about it. Not much else happened. I mean, Grognar nailed a guy with a bag of money, but that's beside the point.
Mm-hmm. So, I believe you guys had gone inside. You did a little bit of work to help clean up around town. And I think at this point, you guys had pretty much packed up. You gathered your belongings. You said your goodbyes, and you started to wander outside of town. Now, unless there's anything else anyone wanted to do in town yet before you all headed out.
I had one quick thing I wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to go talk to Hilda.
Okay.
And
She is back inside the inn as you guys are heading out. If you remember, you want to go talk to her quick.
Also, did you get your potion stuff, whatever, the alchemy?
I got
class?
the vials. I was probably gonna wait till I go to the next town to get the other thing done.
Okay.
I figured this town has seen enough of Snurp. I don't need to go to the alchemist. I will hold off on that. So I'll go up and say,
Excuse me, Hilda?
Yes, dear.
I'm kind of rubbing the back of my neck.
You've been nice to Snurp. Not many tavern people nice to Snurp. In fact, last time I met tavern person, he killed my second brother.
Well, normally kobolds aren't as, how should I put it? The last one ate my cat who came in here, and you don't seem like you'd eat my cat.
No.
To be
Snurp,
frank, normally you're kind of, little bastards.
you're not wrong. She got killed by going in the dumpster, and I guess tavern keeper thought trying to steal from her, and crossbow to face. Yeah, that happened.
Well, I mean, it depends on the town, but, I try to keep an open mind. You see all sorts of kind come through here, and obviously, as you can tell, sometimes the kobold isn't the shittiest person in the room.
all right, and so Snurp's gonna pause for a moment. He's gonna think back to what Xanar said last night to the gnome. But Snurp, being Snurp, he's gonna get the words mixed up, and he's gonna try and say,
All right. There's no account of apple orgy I can show you.
She
That's
kinda
not right.
What?
That's
She
not
kind of
right.
stops for a few seconds, looks out, stares out into the tavern. I'm gonna need you to repeat that. I think I had something bad for breakfast.
Wait, no, that's not right. Those aren't the words he used. Crap.
Sweetie, what are you and your group doing up there?
No, I try to say sorry. I don't remember what the words were. I'm sorry.
Sweetie, sorry works. I understand the intent. You're fine.
Okay. Well, you've been nice. I just wanted to say sorry for everything we do. 'Cause
And she kind of bends over, gives your cheek a little bit of a pinch, pats you on the back with like a bit of a hug, and is like, "You take care now, and you watch out for your new friends, okay?
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye, little guy." And she kind of waves you off as you head out.
"Yep," and then I go join everybody else.
I'm
kinda
fucking
look like-
confused how you got those words mixed up, and I don't even know what words those were supposed to be.
I was watching the recording. What you said was, "There's no amount of apology I can give you." And then just got my comedic brain firing, like, ooh. This
Came up with apple orgy.
Sorry, I'm looking for a stand-in model for John's figure.
I mean, he was Lizard Man and he is Lizard Man. Couldn't we just use the same one?
I'm just gonna keep it. Yep. I am gonna, however, murder Grognar. Boop.
No!
On the topic of murdering people, I need
Oh,
everybody
no.
to murder their webpage and refresh it. It's very important because I changed my profile picture again.
I was gonna do that, but then I decided not to.
Well, I'm doing it for the recording.
Oh, I just realized that I left my dice. So as you guys are heading out, it's a decent enough day, but it's going to be a bit of a walk to get out of town. So if you guys wanted to go over anything while you're heading out, while I find my dice, I'll be 1 minute.
That poor frog.
I think I finally beat Buffet,
Yum.
at least in my own mind.
What did that poor frog do to deserve to be hamburger bunned?
Snurp give good apple orgy.
Ooh.
I'm not even gonna bother trying to correct you at this point.
Okay, sorry, bottom. Okay, so as you guys are heading out of town, it seems to be a somewhat. The weather's a little bit cloudy. It looks like it's probably going to rain at some point. The people are kind of milling about. It seems to be there's quite a bit of gossip here and there. And as you guys approach the guardhouse, you see your typical contingent of a few guards wandering around. It seems that they're moving some supplies in and out. There's a random trade caravan coming in that's getting checked over. The usual guard kind of waves at you guys as you head out of town. As you guys walk along, I would say you do notice that there are some familiar wanted posters posted up, and at first glance, it is some decent-ish sketches of the Dragonborn, Lizard Man, and Dwarf from earlier. Ooh. The posters read for the Lizard Man, a bounty of 1,000, wanted dead or alive. For the Dwarf, 500 wanted alive. And for the Dragonborn, 2,000. Or
Wow.
2,000 wanted dead.
Wanted dead.
So what happens if we bring them alive?
They'll kill him.
Oh.
Likely.
At least Grognar is preferred
I
alive.
wanted alive, yeah.
So, you guys can continue out of town unless there's anything you wanted to do here. Alan kind of pipes up. Okay, it's quite the walk. Do you guys want to go the long way, or do you want to cut through the forest?
Since it's gonna be a really long trip, so it's probably best if we cut as much time as we can off of our trip.
All right.
Is there any benefits or drawbacks to either one of the routes that you would be aware of?
Well, the road would be about a 5 days travel. The shortcut would probably take it down to about 3. And the forest is... I think I've heard some things about it being semi-dangerous, but I'm not really sure. I mean, I never would bother to travel off-road unless I was with a group of folks like yourself. It's up to you. I'm just offering it as an option. It is quite annoying to get directly to Gomand from this town with the roads that exist.
So we're heading to Gamand? Is that the name of the thing?
Gomand, yeah. It's not really my hometown, but it's where I've set up mostly.
Well, Snurp better off in wilderness anyways than a big town.
Yeah, it'll probably be better off if we avoid towns for a while, considering.
That's fine by me, yeah. Okay, so, I'll show you where we probably would want to cut across. I think it's probably about halfway to Burmaket.
Wait, hold on. I'm thinking I'm getting some stuff mixed up here. It'd be nice to have a visual representation of like a map or something. Actually, are there any map makers in town that I could get a map from?
Probably some that would sell a few. I mean, Bar Est is kind of a little shithole. You could probably find one of the local region at least.
Do we want a local region map? I think that would be at least helpful.
Only for that area, but I guess.
Why don't we get one?
Okay, so do you want to head back into town to grab one?
Yeah, I would like one. I'm having trouble trying to figure out exactly where we are represented Because I thought we were like traveling to the opposite side, but now it sounds like we're traveling backwards. I'm confused about that.
We are traveling well, we're actually going back, I think, the way we came and then past it to take Alan home.
You guys originally, when you came from Burmaket, you guys
Okay.
traveled southeast along a smaller road. You guys know that there's a larger main road that runs west, northeast through Burmaket. If you guys bought a map, I'd show you a screen of where we got.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go buy a map.
Okay. I'm going to, because I don't have a map complete, so I'm not going to actually give you the map, but I'm going to at least give you guys a snippet since if you're going to buy a map. A map is probably going to run you about, considering it's a pretty rare thing to find in such a shitty little town, considering they don't have a lot of adventures or anything like that. So a map's a little bit of a more premium item. It'd be about 5 gold.
5 gold? Yeah, no problem. I'll pay that. Give me a map.
Okay. Un momento. While I get the zoom that I want to keep here. Now, fuck you, tall city. Or tall state.
And what should I call the map?
This is a map of greater, this is just a general map of Dastra. It's the only thing that you could find in the store there.
That's fair.
You could call it the map too.
I'm just calling it a map of Greater Dastra.
So that really only shows the more major regions of the area. To the northwest, it marks down that is going into the Thehefan Theocracy. To the south is Reichland. From what you know, Gomand is Alan kind of leans over and points to the map. It's somewhere down to it's a little bit off the map on the lower left side.
Okay. Alright, why don't we start making...
Where are we on this thing?
You are in Barest.
So
Okay.
we're going back northwest and then heading west. Is that correct? Or
Guys, we need to get t-shirts. Almost got arrested in Barest.
Lol.
I wanna
So yeah, that
slap
area
you.
there, that's kind of the border between the roads. That's the wild area that I've been told about as sometimes a shortcut usable by some. I don't know that many people actually use it, but it's there.
I say we cut through. Why not?
Sure.
What's
But
the
if we
word?
were taking the road, would we go back through Burr Market?
Burmaket is directly along the road if you took the roads back, like if you didn't go off track.
Okay. Because I'm also wondering, like, we're supposed to also be keeping an eye open for what's-his-face. Ah, shit. I'm having trouble remembering names at the moment.
He's St. Charles the Semi-Pious.
Technically, yeah, we should be keeping an eye for them. But, the guy that gave us the scroll. That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
I don't know. I never heard you guys say his name.
I'm talking it as me, not as my character. Fuck, I can't.
Stan Hannerman.
Yeah, that's it. Stan Hanneman. So that's where we last saw him, right?
Correct. Burmaket was where you guys basically were on the slave market. Or captured to be put on the slave market, I should say.
honestly, it's probably best if we don't go back there.
I mean, I'm sure we'll eventually wind up back there at some point. So yeah, I'm okay with the shortcut.
Well, my thought is we just, once we get Alan to where he's supposed to go, we then go on to the, God, what was the name of the other city?
Nahan.
Yes, that.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, it seems like Nahan is kind of a straight shot.
And we can take the road too.
Sure. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with shortcut from Bares to our destination.
Okay, well we might as well get started. It's quite the trek.
Alright, start making our way to Gomond.
Okay. So as you guys walk out of town, you see as you go along, it's that same transition. You guys have followed this road out and in before. It's a pretty quiet day. You guys do see occasional travelers or traders or families walking by. And your left and right, there's still plenty of farmers and farmhands out in the fields. Seems to be somewhat near harvest, so they are kind of getting prepped for that. I'd say maybe about sometime in like the mid-afternoon, you guys are getting close to what Alan kind of figures is like, okay, I think there's a river coming up here. We might want to cut after that so we don't have to try to go, around it later. Because there's a bridge. We aren't going to find any other bridges. We're going to have to figure out how to cross later on our own.
Is this the same river that I punted a gnome into?
Probably is. It might be.
Wait, that what you were talking about other night?
Do you know if there are any good areas to ford the river? Or is it just something we're going to have to watch for?
I have no idea. I've never been into the woods there. I've taken the roads.
Okay, thought I'd ask.
Right. But yes, I think the bridge should be coming up soon here. 1 second while I scoot you guys over to the defense map. Ooh.
I don't want to be scooted over.
Too bad.
You can never leave.
No.
And I'm going to ask that the party members who are there make a perception check for me, please.
Perception. That's cut. Lame.
7.
Okay.
10.
22.
22. Okay. Most
Oh,
people are
dang.
pretty much oblivious to this, except for Phelan does notice as you guys are walking up.
Snurp
There
got 20.
is. Huh?
Snurp got a non-natural 20.
Oh, okay. And Snurp knows notices too then. Way up on the bridge, and this isn't really to scale yet, but you guys are pretty far back. Way up on a bridge ahead, you guys do see a figure, but also too, you see the really quick movement of some sort of form jump up into a tree to the left of the bridge. You guys not really sure what's going on, but you do catch that movement as you're kind of walking along this bridge here. And as you get a little bit closer, you can kind of hear in the middle of the bridge, Chris, if you'd like to explain your character as you're kind of looking around, you've just been ditched.
So, the character's Zoltan is his name. He's a half-elf bard. He's somewhat tall, 5'8", 5'9"-ish, but he's skinny as a rail, like 150 pounds maximum, soaking wet. Dressed in, typical bardic attire. He's got what looks like a violin strapped to his back, and he's looking very just kind of round because he looks like he lost something at the moment.
And as you guys kind of come up here, Chris, you do notice a band of basically a cleric, a large barbarian, and then 2 small, shambling little creatures kind of wandering behind.
Oh, hey, y'all!
I'm just staring at the tree.
I'm kind of doing the same and also looking at my party, wondering what to do with this thing.
Hey, y'all ain't seen like a really tall lizard man around here? A little sneaky bugger. He kind of ditched me a little bit ago. I've just been kind of looking for him.
Lizard man.
Does he
Yeah.
have a name?
His name's Sneed.
Name's what?
Sneed. Sneed. At least that's what he told me his name was. Maybe he was lying to me.
That's a good name.
Does Sneed wear a Sneed?
At least I wasn't the only one that wondered that.
that goblin just talk? Holy shit, I ain't never seen a talking goblin. Nice to meet you. He just walks up to Womble, offers his hand for a handshake.
I mean, goblins speak in goblin all the time.
Yeah, I never seen anyone in common before.
I grab his hand with both of my hands and start shaking violently.
Oh, I like this one. He's lively.
You're probably also realizing you never heard a kobold talk before either, but you're not really sure what he is.
You look funny too. What's you? He's just pointing at Snurp.
I am an iguana.
Talking iguana. Oh man, I'm learning all kinds of new things today.
Oh my god.
He reaches his other hand to offer a handshake to Snurp.
I don't take it. I just kind of stare at him, like
Alright.
head slightly cocked.
I go
Alright.
over there and shake his hand instead again.
All right, I like this goblin.
Alright.
So, any of y'all seen Lizard Man? Little tall guy, little shifty guy.
No.
I'm gonna point it at the tree, like
There's something that went up in the tree.
Alright, I'm gonna look at the tree then.
Make a perception check. Actually, John, I'll make you. Have you make a stealth roll, please?
So I went to the restroom. I just came back. Sorry.
You've been hiding in a tree. Can you please make a stealth check?
Okay. Let's see. Roll. Do I get a bonus to that?
I'd also like to ask you to make a perception check if you can.
Okay, so I rolled an 11 on stealth. So you want me to roll perception?
Yep.
I rolled a 16.
Okay. You're trying to be quiet up there as you're kind of like watching the scene go below, but then you kind of get a little bit distracted as you kind of look over, and there's this really like skinny looking fucking ugly gangly squirrel that's just sort of like sitting behind you on the branch staring dead at you, and is kind of throwing you off a little bit.
You know what? It may not do me any good, but he's squirrel staring at me. I'm gonna give him the stink eye.
It kind of stares at you back, and you swear the little fucker just giggled. It kind of like moves towards you. And by the way, those of you who are sitting in the crowd, unless your passive perception's below 11, you guys all fucking see this plain as day.
Okay.
If you want to describe your character visually quick here, John.
Yes. Give me 1 second. I had it in notes. Give me just a moment. Let's see. Dark greenish blue skin. Height 6'7", medium build. Eyes the color of kind of an... You know what old yellowed parchment looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the eye color. So I'm going to be staring down the squirrel. You know what? I'm going to start flicking my tail at him.
Like you're trying to hit him?
No, I'm just trying to antagonize him, trying to get him to go off.
Like an irritated cat?
Yes, like an irritated cat.
As you flick your tail at it, it kind of sits there and you swear it chuckles again, and then 3 more of them kind of pull around from the corner of the branch and start staring at you too.
Oh.
They're all kind of gangly and ugly, and you guys just see this lizard having some sort of weird interaction up in the tree, wagging his tail back and forth.
Oh, hey, Snape!
Okay.
That's where you ran off to.
Oh, god damn it.
Zoltan's gonna run towards the tree.
Damn it. No. Oh.
oh dear.
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna cease moving completely and hope that he just runs by.
He gets to the base of the tree and he's staring directly at you as you're kind of clinging to this branch, just praying beyond prayer that like he just forgets.
Hey, yo, Sneed! That was pretty good. You almost lost me that time.
God damn. How? How?
You ain't exactly the stealthiest man. I mean, you're a really tall lizard man. You kind of stick out like a sore thumb.
I'm gonna give the squirrels one more stink eye, convinced that they somehow sold me out.
As you turn around, what's your AC?
I see 15.
15. As you turn around and you kind of start like looking back at the squirrels, they got up really close to you, and two of them have started to bite at your clothes.
The fuck?
One of them leapt forward as you turn around and latched onto your nose and scratches it. You take 1 point of piercing damage.
Oh, goddamn little fucker!
As these now you have 5 squirrels currently on you up in this tree. I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Rolled a, let's see, so I get a +2, so 14 + 2, 16.
16, okay. You're kind of like, it's basically a concentration check. You kind of like roll in the tree a little bit, but you get your grip. And these fucking squirrels just swarmed at you.
Question, can I shake vigorously like a dog to try and dislodge them?
Make a strength check. I'm gonna make a squirrel strength check.
Alright, I rolled a 13.
I've never, in all my years of playing, ever seen somebody get into a fight with some squirrels. New dogs, like chihuahuas.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of firsts in this campaign for everyone.
You managed to grab one. What are you gonna do with it if you get a hold of it?
Just gonna toss it off me. I don't care where it lands.
Okay. You take this one squirrel as they're all kind of swarming at you, and you just whip it. I'm gonna see which direction it goes.
Hey, wait, that's good eating.
And as it kind of lands over here, like you just fucking whipped it. Like you threw that fucking thing. You ragdolled it and it went flying through the air. And as it kind of lands, and the rest of the group can see this, like a squirrel just went flying out of the tree. You all see like a red, and there on the ground. I wish I was a little bit quicker at this.
Hey Padley, I'm still seeing the tractor and the pythons.
Yeah,
Here,
so
so am I.
Yeah.
I have to actually move the player flag because I'm not dumb.
Oh, I thought this was all intentional.
Maybe
I had this whole image built up in my mind.
Hey, look, I'm actually near a tree. This is great.
you guys look, and he just fucking throws this squirrel out of this tree. Is a big red, like grayish poof, and then there on the ground, there's this tiny little. It looks for a second like a tiny little, like a small little form, in like patterns of white and red, and it kind of looks like, and then poof, it's gone again.
Wait, never mind. Maybe they're not good eating.
What the hell is happening to that squirrel? Steve, what the hell are you doing up there? Quit messing around with the squirrels.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get out of this tree, because clearly the squirrels are not friendly.
Can I try and snipe one with a pew pew?
As you look back in the tree, they kind of started to like they've disembarked from the new character you guys just met, but you can take a shot.
I will attempt it. Spells. Eldritch Blast.
That one.
Nat 19 for a 25.
Okay, absolutely. You can roll damage.
5. That I rolled a 1 on.
Yeah, the small lizard man that's next to you guys just fucking hurls a bolt of energy up into the tree, and you just see another red, and then like a familiar one of those forms just sort of tumbles out of the tree behind it, looks at you all, just kind of, and then disappears again into smoke.
Then I'm gonna go.
What the 9 hells is going on here?
And then I'm gonna go blah, 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 back at it.
And at this point, the squirrels just kind of scampered off into the tree.
That was weird.
That's weird as an iguana who can do that to a squirrel. I like this iguana.
I'm not gonna correct.
I should have thrown the squirrel down at him. I really should have.
Ah, come on, Sneed, you're such a kidder. Come on, get down here and meet the new folk.
I reluctantly climb down the tree.
Okay. It takes you a little bit, kind of like groaning and moaning a little bit as you go.
I wasn't already stuck with one person, now I get more.
Sneed, how quick did you get away from me that time? I didn't even see you get up in the tree.
Apparently not fast enough.
It was, yeah, bingo. It wasn't fast enough. And who would have thought a squirrel would have sold me down the river?
You know, you have a weird relationship with animals. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Not look like any squirrel Snurp seen before.
No squirrel I've ever seen either.
Did the kobold just speak basic?
No, that's an iguana.
Who you
That-
call basic?
Hold on. I have a question, my challenge friend.
Xanar's done. He's walking out.
I actually just wanted to walk to the end of the bridge and have a look up and down the river, see if I recognized anything. Any
You know what?
landmarks on the
For
river.
comparison, I'm going to go stand next to Snurp. You just called me an iguana. Look at the difference.
Nah, he's a gator. He's a iguana.
Oh no, I'm just gonna shake my head. There's no winning this one.
See that? He's a nice guy.
Oh, Xanar, I'd like to make a strength saving throw, please.
Strength saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1 second. And hold on, I'm just also double checking my features and traits to make sure I don't have anything.
There seems to be something happening over
Okay.
I'm too busy laughing.
Strength
at
saving.
Who you calling basic?
25.
What'd you get?
25.
25? Okay, good. That's lucky. As you're sitting there, all of a sudden, these 5 little fucking things just sort of poof into the air around you and start just grabbing you, and they're trying to yank you off the bridge. But, like,
Oh, hell no.
they obviously didn't do the math. The risks were calculated, but they're bad at math. They try to yank it, and you just fucking step back and you belt onto the ground. And they're all kind of look a little bit disappointed, and they start to look around. You guys can... Actually, I'll say at this moment, everyone can roll initiative.
What in the 9 hells is going on here?
I rolled a 19.
Wait till he asks, John.
Sorry, forgot.
My God, just one good initiative roll, please.
Not allowed. Your initiative was shaking them off of you.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised, Cheese, you're not jumping in here. Oh god, those weird squirrel things are back.
Hey, yo, you related to the squirrel thing that Sneed done killed? Sorry about that.
Damn it, I should have done the southern accent. God damn, that was genius.
Four mistakes made.
Yeah, we got hillbilly half elf over here. I'm liking it.
All right, John, what'd you get?
Rolled a 19.
A Hillfelf?
Womble?
Did you count your
9.
your bonus? Initiative bonus?
Hey,
Oh wait, initiative bonus?
Yeah. Holy shit, you have a +5 to your initiative?
Damn.
What the fuck?
24 it is.
How
Phelan?
many lights do you have?
Next to your AC.
Oh yeah. So my bad, my initiative was 24.
Yeah, I got
Is he so
Phelan.
Phelan has, if I can, I'm bad at math. 21?
Xanar?
8.
Snurp?
12.
Person who hasn't introduced himself yet?
I did. My name was Zoltan.
Oh, you did? Well, was
No,
Zoltan?
you gave it as your description. You haven't actually told anybody what it is.
Huh, good
That was
point.
true. 20.
Yeah, 13.
13, okay.
I thought I did.
Half long. And
These guys got...
I'm sorry, Aflong. You'll get an initiative roll that's good someday. Like, maybe next week.
Thanks for letting me know, Rhea. I thought I did. That's my bad.
You're welcome.
Aflong, you okay?
All right, old cantankerous old lizard man who is currently sizing himself up against Snurp. You turn around to see these 5 little fucking things just poof around the large Goliath that was in the party, and just suddenly they're trying to yank him off the bridge.
You know, I don't like people, but I'm gonna save him. I'm gonna move. Oh, if that's 5. I'll pull the longbow off my back, and I'm going to beam this one.
Beam which one?
Click which one? Click and hold.
I'm trying. Does it not show up?
Oh,
for
I'm
anybody?
not seeing it.
No, I'm not seeing it.
Are you?
The one-
He just disconnected, it looks
this
like.
one?
The server's having issues. 1 second.
Yeah, roll 20.
Okay, it's the one directly below him, like kind of on the water's edge.
So this one.
Don't fucking die on me now, Rookman. I'll be mad.
Yeah, I refreshed and I can't get back in.
I refreshed and I'm in.
I'm
me
refreshing
try
right
refreshing.
now.
Let's do
I
it.
haven't refreshed. I'm scared.
Don't refresh cheese more.
I didn't have a turn
that would be
order.
good.
Yeah, same. That's why I refreshed.
Whatever, I know where at least I am right now.
Boop.
Surrounded.
Yes.
Connections being interrupted.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Good job, Roll20. Nice time for an update.
Woo!
Oh, your connection to the server has been interrupted. Anything you do?
Oh, I'm in. Suckers.
I haven't left, but I'm not gonna chance it.
I'm gonna continue.
Oh no, there's the warning!
I've got this all on
I'm not
my own.
gonna.
Oh no, what's going on?
Alright, I'm back in.
I think I'm back in. Anyone else see that?
I'm waiting.
Mine's still kind of chunking.
Hunk of
is-
junk.
Hey, that's not right. It says everything's a-okay for the freaking... the ping. That's dumb.
Bing.
Yeah, you're not seeing mine.
Okay, I don't have the warning, but it's still not
There it
letting
is.
me
Can anyone see my ping?
No.
Oh, I just saw.
Nope.
in. Hey, I'm back in.
Normal move.
I saw Womble move too. You see my guy move?
I moved way longer.
My immersion!
Like, I
The
have-
whole world just shakes for a moment as it loads.
Held on. Buffering.
Roll 20 cast time stop.
Mm-hmm.
My greatest enemy, buffering.
Guys, I'm telling you right
Oh,
now,
about that.
you really, really, really want to run from this half elf.
What?
He's such a kidder.
John, look at the
Turn order is still messed up for me, but I don't care at this point. I'm not refreshing.
I'm refreshing right now.
No, Azure. I just saw all the pings happen at once.
I had a lot of them, I'm sorry.
It was all different colors.
I hadn't even considered that, Atco. I kind of wish I had.
Wait, why did Snurp move? We're in combat. You shouldn't have.
Jeez, are you seeing that?
I was just testing to see. if
I
it
hit
worked.
refresh to see what happens.
No,
and
no,
it
no,
was a
no.
mistake.
Jeez, look in the D&D chat.
Oh boy.
Guys, I think.
Toss a coin to your lizard.
No, go up there.
The other one that I posted a little up higher.
Oh, damn it, why didn't we do that?
I just heard lizard. I went, oh no.
Hey, there we go. I'm back in.
That would have been the greatest con ever.
That would have been pretty good. So,
Not him. He's
you were
already
taking a shot at the lower one?
Yes.
Okay, roll to attack.
The even greater con
Oh god,
would
the
be
pings.
the even greater con would be if the bard is the rogue.
Yeah, I've somehow gained a foot in height and lost about 100 pounds.
I rolled an 11 plus 2, so 13.
Okay, that just hits.
Okay. Let me get a D8 and add 2 to it. 5.
5? Okay. It just slams this small creature and it kind of turns and it screeches as it kind of flies over the gorge. Got anything else you want to do?
My arrow's gone, isn't it?
It's stuck in him right now, like through him.
Yeah, but he went over the side of the gorge.
Nope, he's flying. He's currently flapping with an arrow stuck in him.
Oh, okay. When you said flying over the side, I was like, well, he's gone.
No,
just like my crossbow bolt that one time.
Yeah.
Boss, I missed my arrow.
Movement bonus?
Let's see. Can I do anything? You know what? Do something, Zoltan!
It ain't my turn yet.
That was
Okay.
Turn.
Uh,
What are you talking
No,
about?
no, I was looking at the way he was facing because he was facing Snurp, and I'm just gonna whistle and point behind him.
Okay. Kind of puts both his hand up.
Ow! Ow! What the hell are them?
Phelan, you're kind of like not paying attention to only turn around to see all these little fucking red gray things just clinging onto the back of Xanar as he's like clinging onto the bridge. You're right next to them.
Okay, I'm going to use Word of Radiance.
Okay.
Please tell me
I
it
can
doesn't
see
summon.
all of them, right?
Yes, you can.
Awesome. Have them all make a Constitution saving throw.
What's the range on Word Radiance?
5 feet. So
Okay,
just,
so the two next to you.
just the two closest, these two. I didn't realize it was that close.
Thank God it didn't do what I thought it might.
One probably. What's the DC they have to beat?
Hold on. Let me click off of this. 13.
Okay, one succeeds, one fails.
Okay. So 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay, does the other one take any or just have?
If it doesn't say, it's probably
No,
nothing.
it saved, so it doesn't get anything.
Okay. As you just kind of yell this, and one of them kind of like backs off, the other one kind of gets burnt a little bit as you're kind of yelling this word as you're clutching your holy symbol. Would you like to move or anything? You are engaged.
I am going to take a 5-foot step back.
Okay, there's a warning. You will get attack of opportunity if you do that.
To disengage?
If you want to disengage, that'd have to be a full action for you.
Okay, then I'm just gonna hold up my shield to hopefully defend.
Okay. It is their turn. They are going to... They are going to shift around and start taking swings at you guys. Okay, we're gonna go after... Xanar, you're getting hit by 3.
Mm-hmm.
What's your AC?
14.
Okay. Miss. Hit. Miss. I'd like to make a Constitution saving throw for one of these.
Constitution? Okay. That might be alright. 17.
Okay. You take 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay. And I'm not
And
raging,
then-
so I'm not reducing anything.
4 points of poison damage.
4 points of poison. Okay.
As these things just start squawking and like flying at you with their tiny little claws and just start scratching you from all over, you can bat off a couple of them, but one of them gets a good hit across your chest. A couple of them are going to go after Phelan. What's your AC, Phelan?
Around for a second.
Stupid. 18.
Okay, 1 hit. 2 hits.
I messed up on something.
Okay.
Make 2 Constitution saving throws for me, please.
Okay.
So, Bradley, while she's rolling that, I messed up on something. Turns out, one of my specials is Dread Ambusher. At the start of an attack, like if it's the start turn, I should have rolled a second D8.
Well, remember that for next time. You are responsible for your own abilities.
No, I know. I wanted to acknowledge that I messed up.
Okay. No, that's good. That's fine.
18 and 21.
What'd you get? Sorry.
18 and 21.
Okay, both of those succeed, but you do take 5 and then... You do take 12 points of piercing.
Ouch.
4 points of poison, and... Ooh, these things are rolling really good. And then 6 more points of poison damage. As they are currently just flying at your guys' face, scratching and, like, basically biting and almost tearing into you guys.
But I'm not currently poisoned, correct?
No, it's just poison damage.
Okay.
that is going to be their turn. They're going to stay there, kind of fluttering around in circles. They're currently flying just sort of about maybe like chest or head height, buzzing around you guys. Womble, it's your turn.
Okay. I will cast.
Do not do burning hands.
You'll cast what?
I will be casting sleep.
On.
AoE, which is the thing. So I'm pretty sure if I hit, I'm just gonna hit this general area right.
What's the area of effect?
The area of effect is freaking 20 feet. The range of 90 feet.
Oh, okay, so you could hit all of the imps, but you would be including Xanar and probably Phelan.
Yep.
I think Phelan's immune to sleep effects. I'm not sure though.
Yeah.
No, aren't elves immune?
Magic can't put me to sleep.
What?
Okay.
It's the joy of being elven.
Not to worry, magic can't put her to sleep, but running development stuff can.
Oh.
Like,
What does sleep say it does? I think it's under an HP threshold.
Yeah, and I'm also casting it at level 3. We must have had a long rest at some point.
You
right?
did.
We did.
We did.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do that real quick.
Okay, roll 5d8,
Okay, wait.
and then
is
you're
that-
rolling it at second. You're rolling it at second level, so you can roll an additional 2d8 for that. So 7d8.
7d8.
Because that's at level. That's at second level. I think you get the 7d8.
Wowie zowie. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but I'll trust you.
Well, it says at first level you get 5d8. At each higher level you get 2d8 more.
Oh wait, no, that doesn't count mostly because that's not the advanced roll I want. I want D8 roll 7. And no wait, roll 7 plus 2? No, that's different. Here we go. Yeah!
Okay, so it has to start with the lowest HP. Xanar, how much HP do you got?
30.
30?
Sucker, you're asleep.
No, because it starts with lowest HP first. So
Wait, what? Oh.
No, it's gonna distribute to the sleep amongst everyone in the circle.
Well, that's how it works?
yep.
It's pretty great.
Mhm.
Oh,
it's
damn.
a wonderful utility spell.
So as you're sitting there and you just this big fucking he throws this small beetle-like insect into the middle of the group and yells some arcane bullshit. And then just suddenly it explodes in this big puff of like pink bluish smoke. And 4 of these flying little creatures just fucking like and flop down onto the bridge, almost like just dead seagulls. One of them kind of sits there confused, looking around, like scared all of a sudden. Xanar, you get a little bit sleepy, but nothing happens to you.
He really
Dead
wanted to put me to
seagulls.
sleep.
I did. I expected it completely.
He was
Okay.
going to draw a mustache on you while you were sleeping.
Anything else?
Already got a mustache.
You got move and bonus, I think.
I'm
Womble womble.
gonna move up over here,
Your bonus offering is-
and that's it.
All right. Xanar, you're up.
Alright, so it's just the one that's awake, yeah?
Yeah, there's 4 sleeping imps next. Well, okay, imps. There's 4 sleeping imps next to you, and one that's currently fluttering on the bridge right next to you, looking very confused now.
Okay, bonus action rage.
Okay.
How big am I compared to these imps?
They are fucking teensy. They're like maybe anywhere between 6 to 8 inches tall.
I'm gonna grapple the awake one.
Okay, make an athletics check.
And I get advantage because I'm raging.
Yep. Doesn't matter. They got a 1.
Yeah, so, let's see. That is a 24.
I'll say for the purposes of size here, you just sort of like reach out with both hands and you just get the thing in its grip, and it's completely pinned. It can't move. It can wiggle. And if it gets its turn, it can try to fight back, but you have it completely pinned in your grip in front of you.
Stupid little bug.
You know, if you start squeezing, you can see how many pops you'll hear before it finally stops moving.
Well, you can move with your prize or take a bonus. Well, you already did bonus action, so you can move if you wanted to.
Or
are you good?
I'm good.
All right, Snurp, you're up.
I'm gonna move up here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's holding the only one awake. The other ones are asleep.
Yep.
Which one was hurt?
A couple of them kind of got hurt a little bit. One of them, the one that's sleeping right here, has an arrow sticking through him, and when he landed on the ground, it's kind of like holding him up.
Okay, I would like to bonus. I would like to bonus action use Hex on him.
Okay.
And I would like to hold an Eldritch Blast if he wakes up.
Okay, dokie. Zoltan, your turn.
Alright, Zoltan's gonna wander over yonder. They're gonna cast Cure Wounds on Phelan because she looks like she got hurt.
Okay.
1d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. So Phelan's gonna heal 10 hit points.
Oh, thank you.
What the heck? What in the nine hells are these things? I'm so confused.
Can any of us tell what these things are?
You can make a check. I'll say if you're trained in Arcana, you can make an Arcana check. So if you have proficiency.
I have proficiency.
I do have proficiency in Arcana. Can I make a check as well?
Yeah, if you have proficiency in Arcana, you can make a check.
Snurp got an 8. Snurp doesn't know.
Okay,
Probably.
That's probably one of my better rolls on the
Snurp,
weird...
you can do it with advantage, actually.
What?
I got an 18.
Our first one was an 8. That one was a 12.
Zoltan got a 13.
Oh, that's a very beautiful.
Okay.
Yes.
It seems to be that Aflong's the only one who recognizes these. These are minor demons. They're called imps, typically from one of the domains of the Nine Hells. These seem to be, also too from that roll, you can tell that these seem to have a slightly off coloring and that they're a little bit more emancipated than normal. Like they're a little bit more skeletal. But
to say emancipated, they have more freedom.
Green imps! But that's what you can tell. So, Zoltan's done.
I had a bonus action.
Oh, go ahead. What do you want to do?
I wanted to give an inspiration die to my good friend Sneed over here.
Okie dokie. What are you doing to inspire him?
Hey, yo, Sneed! Even you can hit them! They're asleep now!
You hate his antics, but God, they make you giggle a little bit, and you hate that. It is your turn, old man.
All right. I'm going to finish off the one I have pegged to the ground.
Okay.
So let's roll to attack.
Wait, is he attacking with range?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if they were technically prone.
They are prone, actually. That's a good point. So that would be with advantage.
Okay.
You get advantage.
So I roll with advantage?
You roll with disadvantage.
Or disadvantage.
Yeah, if you were melee attacking him, you'd have advantage.
Okay, 1 second. The dogs are pissing me off.
Hug them into submission.
Well, it doesn't make a huge deal of difference. I rolled a 15 and a 14, so I'll have to take the 14, but I still get the +2, so it's a 16.
Nice.
See, I told you could hit them.
God.
And he didn't even use the Bardic Inspiration, did he?
No.
Nope. So, John, do you know about Bardic Inspiration?
No, I don't.
Okay, so whenever you roll an ability check, an attack roll, or a saving throw, for the next 10 minutes, you can add 1d6 to it, but then you lose the inspiration. But you get 1d6 to add to that in the next 10 minutes. Or the next 60 rounds of combat.
So did you use that or not?
No, it would be you using it.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
sure.
choose when you use it.
Sure. Why the hell
But
not?
you can only add the roll after you've rolled, but before you know the result.
So if Padley said you missed, you can't add it. It's too late.
Okay, well, I'm going to use it.
So then you roll your 1d6 and then add it to your 16.
Well, I really hope I hit. No,
I'm
both
pretty
rolls.
sure you'll hit.
I'm pretty sure 16 would have hit, but I don't know for sure.
If I hit, I'm probably going to take its head clean off.
If you're lucky.
I rolled 12 for damage.
Well, you have to find out if you're
Oh,
getting.
I'm sorry. Plus 8.
Yeah, you
D8
you can't roll for damage till you find out if you hit.
Yeah.
I know. So D8 plus just 8 plus 6, so it would be 14. If this hits, it's 14.
No, the d6 is only on your attack roll, not your damage.
Yeah. So, what did you roll for damage?
Oh, for my attack roll?
Yeah. What was your attack?
My attack roll was 14 plus
then
2
plus-
is 16 plus another 6 is
That gives you
22.
22. Okay, so 22. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. My bad.
Yep, it's a skill check or an attack roll, or a saving throw, which is a d20.
Okay, well,
Otherwise it'd be really broken if you can use it on damage.
that would be broken as hell.
Sorry, my dogs are being a huge pain in the ass. Okay, where the hell were we? Okay, so I believe it was your turn. You're taking a shot. What'd you get for attack roll?
I rolled 14 plus 2, used Bardic Inspiration, got 6 more, so like 22.
Oh, that hits a plenty. Roll damage.
I assumed I would hit anyway, so I went ahead and rolled it. I rolled a 6.
Okay.
Plus 2 is 8.
As it's sitting there kind of sleeping, and then just like as it's sitting there skewered on one arrow, a second one just... And it's not moving.
It's not waking up, Rhea. I know if you attack something, it wakes up, but this one's not waking up ever.
Would you like to do anything else?
Hey, I got shots, Nate!
I'm going to move a little... Let's see. Can I move a little closer?
Yeah, you can move as far as you want, as you're able to.
All right, I'm just going to move up alongside Snurp so I can line up another shot.
Okay. Phelan, it is your turn.
I'm going to use Sacred Flame on this little fucker.
Which one of the two? Sorry.
The one directly above.
Okay. That's a dexterity saving throw, is it?
It is, except for that was thrown in asleep. So I don't
You
think
would automatically fail a dexterity saving throw, I believe.
I'm
So roll
sorry.
damage.
If I can find a freaking D8 in this mess. 7.
Okay. This one's sort of sitting there, like, just having landed on the ground. You reach down and he just gets fucking immolated in this white holy flame. It does start screeching on the bridge, and it starts scrambling to get up, but it's currently wreathed in this, like, white blue light. Flames looking at it. But it is up now.
Would Eldritch Blast trigger on him? He's awake now.
I thought you were aiming specifically for if this one woke up.
The one with the hex on it.
I thought. Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
it's dead. Sorry.
all right, fuck it.
It's all good. Anything else, Phelan? Bonus or move?
No, I'm gonna stay right where I am. I'm good.
Okay. It is their turn. They are going to... This one here is going to start to bolt. You can make an attack of opportunity if you want, Xanar, and Phelan.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna use the other one to swing at it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Improvised weapon, I like it.
I can't use Reckless because it's reaction, correct?
Correct.
Alright.
Well,
It was a shit roll anyways.
I approve of you beating an ally to death with another ally.
Well, I missed.
I miss.
15, so plus 4 is
your turn,
19.
Woman.
I got a 3. I'm not adding any modifiers because I don't think I'm proficient in improvised weapons.
What did you get, Phelan?
I got a 19.
Okay, that hits. Roll damage.
11.
Okay. As you take, and this thing starts to kind of like fly off. Xanar kind of takes a swing at it wildly and misses. But then you take your sword, and as it's flying, you just swipe once, and you take off one of its wings, and it kind of tumbles and falls into the river while still on fire and disappears into the current. This one here is also going to then fight against Xanar. Make a strength check with your advantage, or athletics, sorry.
Well, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, he can't beat that, I don't think. So that's 25.
One second, I gotta get back to my stat sheet here. Yeah, probably not. Nope, no way now. It struggles, it kind of worms in your arms. It can't really do anything else, though. It's just struggling. It's trying to, like, move its tiny little arms, but it's almost like you just have, like, a fucking stick insect in your hands. The others are passed out. They can't do anything. That'll be their turn. Womble.
Okay. I'm going to use. I shouldn't use Fireball. Wait, I don't have Fireball.
Fireball.
Oh God! Don't use Fireball on your party.
And we're on a freaking bridge, too. There's a bridge right here. At least I'm on the freaking bridge.
That bridge is fireproof.
I have something to help if that does happen.
I have burning hands.
That's a cone. Remember? That didn't work too well for you last time?
I'll just aim the cone. Dum.
There's nowhere to aim it that won't hit your party.
Okay, what I'm
Aim for the bridge!
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll make all the imps fall. They have wings, but they'll fall from their wings. I'm gonna use magic missile.
Okay, on which one?
I'm gonna use it as a level 1 spell, and I'm gonna use it on. I'm gonna send all 3 bolts into this one.
Okay. Roll your attack. Or no, sorry, roll damage.
Let me figure out my roll thing.
Magic missile.
I cast
Okay.
magic missile.
3 darts, 1 d.
I'm attacking the darkness.
I was waiting for somebody to say that.
Didn't we already make that joke before?
Maybe.
Probably.
Give me a second. I'm using the advanced dice roller. Roll.
Hey.
Wait a second.
It's 3d4 plus 1.
It's actually 3d4 plus 1 on each. So this is 9 damage. Actually, I screwed up the plus 1.
All
Okay.
the damage.
This one here gets slammed by 3 projectiles that sort of fly across the bridge. It's slammed into the ground, and it kind of jerks as these things impact it, and it kind of skirts along the bridge a little bit, but it's now screeching, and it's kind of wobbling on the floor of the bridge. Anything else there, Womble?
Can I run up to him and kick him in the face for the kill?
You don't have bonus action kicks, so no.
Damn. I really thought I'd kill him with that.
I was kind of hoping you'd throw a magic missile at the one Xanar was holding, because it fucking hits. I just imagined him like flying up and like aiming go right down into his hand.
Like literally, just the head and some of the wings are popping out of Xanar's big ass fists.
Alright. But yeah, that's probably just gonna be the end of my turn.
Okay, Xanar, your turn.
Alright, just thinking of the frustrations that we've been enduring the past few days, especially the day prior. I'm going to be taking out my rage on this guy I'm holding. And I want to,
Finish it.
I want to twist the imp's head off like a freaking bottle cap.
That's even better.
He's gonna resist you again for his last chance here, but just make another athletics check with advantage.
Seems very unhealthy.
Yeah. Okay, that's 21.
Okay. As you're sitting here and you've got this imp, I'm gonna figure just from the sizes and everything, I'm gonna veto that. Basically, you just sit there and you just start squeezing, and it's like its head starts wiggling, and then you just sort of like flick your thumb and you just crack its neck.
Oh god!
Mama had a baby and its head popped off.
Oh!
And you could just let it go if you want to, or you're holding on to it.
I'm gonna like just lazily chuck it in front of the awake imp.
In front of the what?
I'm gonna lazily throw the corpse of the one I'm holding right in front of the other imp.
Okay, and you just sort of like turn around and you just sort of toss it to the ground. This is basically just this mangled, basically used up tube of toothpaste of an imp, and you toss it in front of the other one. Make an intimidation check.
Okay. Not very intimidating, apparently.
I don't know, Zoltan's pretty intimidated by that.
7.
Note to self, do not piss off tall one.
What you get?
7.
Okay. You do it, and it just turns around and it just screeches at you as it's sitting there, kind of floating just off the deck, scrambling to get up from those magic missile hits. They're just mad. They're getting their asses whooped, but they are mad. Snurp, it's your turn.
Alright, Snurp gonna move up a bit. Come stand next to Womble. I think that's 20 movement. I'm gonna move my bonus action hex to the awake one.
Mm-hmm.
And pew pew.
Alright, go for it.
That's 14.
When the party has had enough of the shit that's going on.
Oh wait, hold on. He's next to an ally, so I would get more. But no, it would be he's still prone, isn't he?
Yeah, he's prone, so advantage and disadvantage would cancel out.
Yep, so 14.
Okay. Roll damage.
That is 9 force damage.
Okay. As he's sitting there scrambling to get up, he's kind of already like torn apart by these magic missiles, and he's just trying to start flying again. You reach out and you send another one of those necrotic bolts of energy just flying across the bridge, and it impacts him so hard that he slams against the side of the bridge, and then just like chunks of him go past outside into the bridge.
Chunky.
Believe that'd be your turn then.
Yeah.
Okay, Zoltan, your turn.
What in the 9 hells is wrong with y'all? Let's see here. Is there anything that I really... Everything's pretty wrapped up pretty well, so...
You can
I
wrap
guess-
him up.
Let's see here. Is there anything fun I can do? Or am I all... I mean, I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on this one.
Okay.
If the target can hear me, though it need not understand you. If it's sleeping, can it hear me?
No.
I would say that it would wake up to it.
Okay. Well, then it has to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw, or it takes damage.
It fails.
Cool. Does not deal a lot of damage, but that is... Okay, that didn't do it right. What's it?
Whose turn's next?
It would be Old Lizard Man.
I guess it did. A grand total of 1 damage.
Nice, but he's viciously mocked.
Hey, you done so ugly, all your friends died!
The imp kind of like rolls asleep and then kind of looks at you like. Well, actually, does anyone here speak Infernal?
I do.
Oh, okay. You would understand it. It would be.
If you want to type it to me, you can.
It's not like super secret. It's basically just yelling like obscenities, like fucking stupid, large shape, bad food, try and kill us. It's pissy. Most of what these things have been saying has been small and small-minded insults so far. Nothing really of content.
Okay, so
Also,
it's just like playing any multiplayer game.
Mm-hmm.
if for any reason he makes an attack roll on his next turn, he does have disadvantage.
Okay, good to know. That's going to be your turn, I take it, right?
Yep, that's all I got.
Okay, go ahead, Old Lizard Man.
Let's see.
Go bite him, old timer.
Go on, Gator. You know what you do. Chomp, chomp.
So let's see. What was that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right, food time. Nom 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 nom.
And I think he gets advantage because Phelan's on the opposite side.
And it's prone.
And it's prone.
So I get advantage.
Yep.
Wait, you're gonna try and eat it?
Yep.
Hungry Jaws.
All right, that was a. Let's see. That's a 15.
That hits. Roll damage.
That's a 3.
Okay.
I will
make,
bite him.
also make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Uh-oh. Wasn't a good idea.
That was an 18. That's an 18 plus 2, 20.
You know, you should probably cook that before you eat it.
As you get down and you crunch into the side of this little thing, and you tear at it, you end up spitting it out immediately as you can feel it burning into your mouth and gums, and you're going to take 4 points of poison damage. As
That's your
basically,
poison?
That thing done did more damage than you did.
You idiot! You told me to eat it. You said it looked safe.
You trusted me. Oh, guys, you trusted me.
and you spit this gored, small little grayish thing back onto the ground as it's just cussing at you. It's just screaming at this point.
It's still alive?
Yeah, it's barely clinging on. And then if you don't do anything else, otherwise it's gonna be Phelan's turn.
Let's see. So that was an action. Let me see what my bonus actions are. No, that's two weapon fighting. You know what? I really don't. You know what? I'm just gonna stare. I'm just gonna shout across to the hillbilly. I trusted you, just to see if I can rattle him some.
Guys, he trusted me.
Okay. Phelan, you're up.
I'm gonna try a spell I don't think I've used.
Okay.
I'm gonna use Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
That's a fun spell.
Roll for attack, disadvantage.
You said with advantage or dis?
Dis.
Thank you.
Surprised you just didn't attack him.
Let her have fun with the
I
spells.
thought about it, to be perfectly honest.
She's just going for the point blank shotgun kill.
15.
That hits. Roll damage. More than enough. As this thing's kind of rolling on the ground and cursing and scrambling around the middle of this group, Phelan just kind of like drops her sword and then just reaches back and then thrusts her hands out, and a bright white beam of light just sort of throws this thing into the ground, pins it, and basically burns a hole in its chest, and then it just stops moving.
Ugh. That was brutal.
I think she got it.
I would ask everyone to make a quick perception check.
Hey, actually, not bad. 19.
17.
Let's see, 15.
21 for Zoltan.
10.
Oh god, they did really bad. Okay. Alright. You power this thing into the ground. There's a few seconds of peace and quiet as the thing just fucking drops to the ground. We're kind of out of combat, kind of not for the moment.
Can I retrieve my 2 arrows from that one corpse?
Yeah, you could reach down and get those.
Okay, thank you.
Quick.
Well, that was interesting. Does this happen often to y'all?
Often enough.
Huh.
We
Anyone
try not
seen-
to make a habit of it.
Anyone know what these little things are?
Not a clue.
Well, my character does, but the player, don't really remember exactly what was told to me by Padley, but I kind of relay what I knew about these creatures.
Padley said imp.
They're small. They're basically extremely minor devils. They're small little imps, but this one seems to be a more. It's a little bit more skeletal than the traditional ones that he's read about in textbooks.
Skeleton,
All right.
huh?
Well, that was interesting, y'all. So I'll be on my.
Aw, come on, man. Hey,
were
hey,
hungry.
hey.
They
Get
were
back
hungry.
here. Get back here.
As you guys are having
We saved them. There's no reason to keep going.
What are you talking about?
Wait, what do you mean we? You didn't save squat.
And as you guys are having this conversation in the distance, you do start to hear as
Don't think we're done.
off to the
Did
north.
someone not feed the bear?
It's currently still babushka'd up in Phelan's backpack during all this. Off to the northwest, there are. It kind of looks a little bit like a doggy dressed up for Halloween in a skeleton outfit. But as you kind of look a little bit closer, it's legitimately just the skeletal form of two dogs with a baleful sort of purple-red light coming from inside the rib cage.
Oh, they're cute.
And they're really just staring dead at you guys, and they're kind of bounding down the edge of the river here.
Hey yo, Sneed. You familiar with wildlife and such? You ever seen one of them before?
Unfortunately, yes.
Since you guys spotted it so far off, it's at the bottom of the turn order, and you guys can start with Phelan. Well, actually, Phelan just went, so it would be...
Where is it on the map?
You gotta look up this direction.
It is not on the map. It is off the map.
Okay. It's off the map. Got it.
Sorry.
Do we want to fight on this side of the bridge or the other?
Well, if we come across the bridge, people with range can get pot shots before they get across.
But they could just break the bridge and then we wouldn't have it.
Conversation costs time, so he's going to scoot up a little bit.
I'm gonna just take the initiative to start running.
Yeah, whose turn is it?
Bum, bum,
Well-
bum, 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 bum.
Well, I gotta help the old Gabo.
It's not... we're in turn order.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay. It wasn't really well communicated. Sorry, I'm fucking out of it there.
I didn't know we were because you moved.
I moved them down because you guys are having a group.
Sorry.
I mean, you guys can. It's just that...
It just kind of costed all of us a turn, really.
A little bit, not much. Womble, you move, and then anything else?
Okay, I'm gonna start taking my measuring. Yep, I totally got range on these. I'm gonna cast sleep.
Okay.
Level 2.
You can get them both in the area. Roll your dice.
7d8. Advanced dice roller.
I thought you said 78. I'm like, holy fuck.
That's what I thought you said too. I was like, Jesus.
That's what I heard.
That is 7d8. That's what I had to roll last time.
No, I meant
7T. 7T.
7, 8.
7-0.
Oh.
Wait, you rolled 7d8?
Yes, for sleep.
Holy crap.
Basically, how it works is it has to get more than their health. Okay. You reach into your pouch again. You grab another one of those stink bugs. You twist its head off, and you just whip it into the grouping of these two nasty-looking creatures. One of them just catches it out of midair and then just fucking crunches it, and it explodes, and these things just keep walking through the cloud of smoke. Anything else, Womble?
I'm gonna beg for my life now.
They do not understand you. Xanar.
My turn?
Yep.
Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think I can get there for my movement. And, I'm going to hold a javelin throw for when they get into range.
Okay. That's like 30 feet for your javelin, or 20 feet?
What is it? 30.
Okay. Catch me if I move him into range, then.
Okay, how do I do the measuring?
There's a little.
It's the icon that looks like a sideways power icon. There you go. You got it.
Okay.
All right.
Kind
Anything
of
else?
within there. I kind of use that.
Oh,
Would my
fun
rage
fact.
have dropped for the conversation, whatever crap?
It
There.
will if you don't take damage this turn.
Or deal
Or-
damage?
Yep.
Okay.
About that line, yeah.
You can take an
That's
action to stab your leg with a pencil or something.
Well, I'm holding my action. That would be my action, wouldn't it?
It would be if you wanted. I'm just saying you have the option of doing something to hurt yourself for 1 damage if you want to keep rage up.
Does he have to hurt himself physically, or can he hurt himself psychologically? He just says something negative about himself.
Has to be damage.
Ah.
He is too angry to take insults right now.
Yeah, I'm
So
just
vicious
holding.
mockery wouldn't work.
I'm holding the javelin for a throw.
Okay, you calm down a little bit as like the red subsides as you're kind of waiting to throw. Snurp, you're up.
Alright, Snurp gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
Snurp gonna move the hex. 90
Okay.
feet.
90 feet.
Yeah, 90 feet for Hex.
That's within range. Which one do you want to get?
I'll get the one closest to the river.
Alrighty. That little purple bluish hueish background just sort of whips really quick from the corpse of that one and over to this one houndish creature.
Yeah.
Anything else?
And a pew pew.
All right. What's your range on PPU?
120
Oh yeah. Fuck it.
for
Oh,
a
I've
natural
been-
20.
Okie dokie. Roll damage.
I've been meaning to ask, where the hell is Alan in all this?
Actually, that's pretty valid. He would actually probably be right back here, and is currently hiding. But you guys
I'm fine if he's
probably
hiding. I
don't-
just wanted to know if he was still nearby.
I mean, you guys probably don't actually know where he went, so realistically, you have no idea.
All right,
That's
so
fair.
question about mechanics. Last time I rolled a nat 20 on my Eldritch Blast, you said that the damage does not get doubled.
Spells don't get double damage on nat 20s. I used to play with that. It's a
Because,
little too strong, so I kind of said nah.
Because like from what I was reading up on that, and like spell attacks should, but like regular spells should not crit, and Eldritch Blast would be considered a spell attack. So I'm just throwing it out there. You can rule it whatever you say.
So you're saying like my vicious mockery shouldn't because it's just a
Yeah, if
saving throw.
it's a roll to save, it should not crit. If it's a roll to attack, it should still crit.
But that makes saves stupid.
1 second. I just want to figure out what I should do with this. Like ever. Just a second.
Hold on, let me see if I can find the thing that I found because it was a Chris Perkins thing.
I guess it does work.
Hey, Hadley, was I close to actually putting anything to sleep there?
From what you could tell, it was pretty short of what you needed.
Damn it!
Yeah, okay, roll double damage on it then.
I
Okay.
rolled 3 nat 1s in that.
Yeah, he did. All right, Eldritch Blast.
Hmm.
All right, that's a 7, 8, 9, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 for that, for the force damage. And then the necrotic,
Sorry, how much force?
22. And then 2 damage for the hex.
Okay.
22 force, 2 necrotic.
Okay. Another one of these things. This one has a little bit extra pepper behind it as you kind of whirl it out, and it impacts this thing, and it kind of yelps to the side of it. It hit it hard. Good hit. So, I think that's your turn, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, Zoltan, you're up.
Okay. Sultan's just kind of look at Sneed and go, "You know, we still gotta help him, right?" And before he gets a response, he's gonna just move. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's just getting closer to everybody else, ready to. Yeah, they won't get in range for any of my spells, so I'm gonna give a bardic inspiration to big guy here.
How do you inspire him?
Hey yo! Them dogs don't look so good, but I bet you can hit them. They smaller than the broadside of the barn. They smaller than you. You're gonna kill them.
It's this weird country boy charm that's just kind of getting to you, Aflong. So you get your inspiration. That's a
D6.
D6. So you can roll that on skill or attack.
Yep, or saving throw.
Or saving throw, right? Okay, that would be your turn unless you wanted to do it because Bardic is a bonus. You could action to dash or something like that too.
Yeah, I could, but honestly, my character is very squishy. He doesn't want to be in the front line.
Alrighty, Cantankerous Old Lizard.
All right. Let me see. I wanted to double check my movement. Damn it! Where the hell is? Could someone enlighten me for a second? Where is movement on this thing?
So you got like the strength, dex, constitution. You got all those. Then it's proficiency.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Because last time around for a lizard it was 40, but that must have been because he was a monk. Okay.
Yep. Monks get fast.
Oh yes, yes they do.
If you want to play as Sonic the Hedgehog, you go monk.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's see.
Monk Eric Cockra.
Oh God. Please tell me it only works for running speed, though.
I don't know.
1, 2, 3, that's 15, 20, 25, that's 30. My action is I'm going to recall everything I know.
Can you repeat that?
I'm going to recall everything I know about the undead because they are my favorite enemy.
Okay. Roll a Arcana check with advantage.
Okay. $17 plus 1, 18.
It's enough to know that these are absolutely not undead in any way, shape, or form. Like, you recognize undead. This is something else. These things were never alive.
Okay.
Well, if they were ever alive, this is not like a reanimated anything.
Okay, so this isn't the result of necromancy.
Hell no.
Okay.
You know that much.
Okay. Well, at least that gives us a little information.
Oh, it gives you the.
It's like if you wanted to pass it on.
That's true. Actually, that's the end of my turn. Can I holler out they're not undead?
Yeah, absolutely. You didn't do that much this turn, so that's good.
Okay, so I can let the party, then I'll just holler out that they are not undead. There's something else.
Okay.
Good, I won't use healing on them.
Phelan,
That would be a very bad choice.
Well, on undead,
I know it does. If you cure serious wounds.
Phelan, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna move 30 feet or 35 feet to stand next to Xanar.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use Guiding Bolt.
Okay, what do you got for range on that?
120 feet.
Oh, hell, yeah.
Damn.
Guiding Bolt's a fun spell.
John, can I steal one of your D6s, please?
Yeah, go right ahead.
It's the wine night, huh?
17? Yeah, 17.
Damn.
That'll hit. Which one are you aiming at?
The one that's on the map.
Okay. And roll damage?
Oh, what was 17?
Roll damage. That hits.
Oh, I rolled damage. I'm an idiot. Sorry.
Oh, you never rolled an attack?
No.
Okay, start over. Roll an attack.
Well, I got a nat 20.
Okie dokie then. That's really good. Roll damage and double.
Padley, quick note after she's done with her turn.
38. I got a 19 on damage.
Jesus.
Damn.
Get fucking wrecked.
Okay, well,
Damn!
the not quite undead bone dog probably vaporized, but
As this bright white beam goes flying out, what's the damage type on Guiding Bolt Force?
Radiant.
Radiant, okay. As this bright white beam goes flying out, it impacts this thing in the middle of its rib cage, and it makes it kind of like up into the air, and you hear like a horrible like, and it slumps to the ground, and it kind of just slams its feet up. It looks up, and that purple fire kind of flares back up a little bit again. It's hurt, but it's still going.
Oh no.
Phelan, that's your turn?
That was my turn.
Okay. Now these things... What was it, Snurp?
The one that I hit,
Mhm.
I didn't realize that D&D Beyond did the math funky. Can you give the one I hit 6 health back? It rolled 2 dice for me. So I need to give him 6 health back.
Oh, instead of doubling the dice, it just rolled 2 dice?
Yeah, it rolled 2, yeah.
you get the honesty award tonight.
To be honest, yeah. It's really appreciated, guys. This is a fucking clusterfuck to keep track of everything. Okay, so they're going to start bounding forward.
And they do get in
That would be
range.
within your range, so go ahead and do that on the first one here.
And I'd have to do it against that one because he was the first one in range, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Just checking. So that is just going to be a regular attack roll with Javelin. That's probably a miss. That's 11.
11? Yeah, you throw it, and it just sort of glances off of one of the shoulder-like bones of this thing.
Okay.
Question: This goes to the intelligence thing I rolled. Are they purely a bone construct? Or their flesh holding them together as well.
There seems to be sinew and flesh running along it. The bones seem to be mostly like kind of like almost an aesthetic, thematic thing. But it seems to be like it is a held together creature by bone, some sort of purple, like almost demonic looking fire, and some sort of sinewy, like kind of texture.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to use the Bardic Inspiration, but I already know the result and it already failed the throw, so I'm not doing anything about that right now.
You got it for next turn.
Yeah.
Okay, they get within that distance. They can't do anything quite yet, so they're going to just sprint. And they're going to get to there and there.
They get far.
Yep, they are very fast. They fucking bound and leap over like logs and brush, and they get distance immediately. But they can't do anything because they were so far off. Womble, you're up.
Okay, so they're both looking quite a bit more hurt now, right?
Yeah, actually, when they were first coming around the corner, that fire was bright and vibrant and almost like a furnace. But now it's kind of getting closer to you, and in one of them, it's outright almost about to shimmer out.
I
It's
cast
like
burning hands.
You don't have the right. Oh wait, shit.
was that a 15-foot cone?
It would totally hit everybody.
You'd have to get a little bit closer, but it would indeed hit everybody. Unless you just wanted to hit Xanar and Phelan.
Ooh.
And not the demon dogs. Yeah, they might throw you off the bridge for that one.
Yeah, I think I'll just cast sleep again.
Okay. Roll your d8s. By the way, are you marking off your spells? How many
I
spells?
am
do
indeed.
you have?
Do not worry.
Okay. You're not doing it at second level, though, correct?
Yeah, this is just level 1, so it's horrible.
5d8.
It's absolutely horrible.
5d8 still a thing.
No, I mean my roll. It was 11.
11. Okay.
I rolled 3 d1s in that again. I mean, fucking 3 1s in that again.
As you take out another one of those bugs, this one a little bit less fresh. You bite off its head, you throw it into the crowd, and it explodes again in that ichor. One of them just sort of shrugs it off. The other one does. Sort of like as it bounds up to get to Phelan and it skids to its side, this thing lands, and then it just sort of slumps on its side right in front of Phelan.
I guess I can be proud of that.
Um,
Can I jump
anything
into the
else?
water with the last of my turn?
Can you what?
Jump into the water?
Yeah, you have movement.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay, it is about maybe 10 feet below you on the under the bridge.
Is it deep water?
From what you can tell, it looks like it's maybe about 2 or 3 feet deep, maybe.
Yeah, you know what? Forget it. Just forget it. I'm gonna go up here and just forget it.
Okay, Xanar, you're up.
All right. Wait, did you say I dropped the rage?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Bonus action rage again. Why the hell not? And then a reckless attack against the one that's hexed right in front of me.
Okay.
That's 2. Fuck, that's both 9s for the roll. So the attack, and I'm doing this with my maul, so that's 15 to hit.
Just hits.
It
Roll
does?
damage.
Okay. Roll damage, I think it's 2d6. Yeah. And I, again, did not use Bardic Inspiration, but I should have. But I get it for an hour, right?
10 minutes.
Okay,
Or until we
so,
lose
alright.
concentration.
Give me a second here. 7 plus 4, 7 plus 4, that's 11 plus 2 for the rage, that's 13 damage.
Okay.
I think it's still 2 damage. I don't remember looking at the bonus damage for the rage
I think
lately.
it's 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you wail into this thing that's currently just bounded into range of you, and it sort of takes the blow, it yelps, and it kind of comes back around again, even though you cracked off part of the bone in its shoulder. That should be your whole turn, I take it then?
Yeah.
The Snurp, you're up.
All right, step 5 feet forward. I'm assuming that I can still hit this guy without.
you can see it.
Okay, so advantage because pack tactics. That's a 24 on the first one and a 16 on the second one, so 24.
That hits. Roll damage.
14 force and 3 necrotic.
After Xanar wailed on it with its mace, it had turned around and it was starting to kind of like pull back and was about to bellow some of this purple flame. And then just as it was about to open its mouth, another one of those purple-black bolts come flying across the river, impacted, and it goes screeching across the ground to suddenly just have all of the fire just sort of fade out from inside of it. That would be your turn then?
Yep. And I get a thing. Where are you? I get bonus health for killing it, so I'll add that when I find it. You can move on.
And then Zoltan, you're up.
7.
Man, I don't get to do much this time.
2 nat 20s and really powerful spells would do that.
Uh-huh. Zoltan's just gonna move up. Let me see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's gonna get right up next to Womble behind Phelan. And just be ready in case they need old Zoltan to do anything. But other than that, that's about all I got.
All right, cantankerous old man.
Well, let's see. 5, 10, 15.
That is actually off of a small ledge, and it'd be about 10 feet down into a small stream.
I didn't mean to go that far. I meant to back up.
Oh, okay.
Is there any way I can get a shot from this angle?
It would be a disadvantage. He's pretty much covered by... He's prone, and yeah, he's covered up, so it'd be disadvantage.
Okay, well, I'll make the shot anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know I just lost an arrow.
What'd you get?
3 plus 2 is 5.
Yeah, you take that shot, and it kind of impacts off of one of the ropes, kind of catches it on the side, and it sort of flails about. and it tumbles and falls into the water, and you can just watch it float away downstream.
Damn it! You realize for a brief moment you gave me hope that it was going to suck into cord.
That false hope.
All right. Anything else?
Well, it looks like there's too much else I can do from where I am.
All right. Phelan, you're up.
I'm gonna smash its head in.
All right. Roll an attack with advantage. It says unconscious in front of you.
And it also has guiding bolt still.
So advantage plus advantage is still advantage. But yeah.
Triple advantage.
So 17 plus.
That hits.
The DM was just, it hits.
You roll damage. Sorry.
It hits. I guess we're using spell crits now.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I rolled the wrong freaking dice. Eight points.
Okay. You just turn around, and as it's kind of sleeping there, as it passed out in front of you, just take this sword and you just strike down, and you just go straight into the skull. Maybe about a good 4 or 5 inches before the sword stopped by just the sheer weight of it, and then that flame just sort of dies out. Good job with those nat 20 spells, guys.
That was fun.
So, these things just sort of screech to a halt, and then suddenly you're just met with weird quiet. Suddenly you can hear random animals again, and the stream going, and it sounds like as if nothing happened at all. It's totally peaceful once more.
I'm gonna call out across the river. Snurp, get over here!
What? I helped. I killed one.
I get it. Just come over here.
Okay, I come over there. What?
Hey, yo, Sneed.
What?
Come over here too, man.
And I actually want to whisper over to him.
I'm just going to walk very slowly, reluctantly.
Dude, I'm whispering this. I'm no longer doing my whisper voice. I'm just going to say when I'm whispering. Do any of these have any similarities to what you summoned?
No.
Make another Arcana check, Snurp.
That is a 15.
They're sharing a vibe.
No. That one was bigger.
I'll just trust that. 'Cause
Meanwhile, while this is going on, Zoltan's gonna hold up his hand for like a high five to Sneeze, like, man, you did great! I fully expect to be left hanging.
Yeah, and you will be.
And I guess I'm gonna call out again. Alan, we're clear!
Alan? Who the hell's Alan?
Just see a head poke around a tree.
Oh shit, it's a gnome!
What the fuck was that?
Oh, I'm sorry, I swore in the presence of a lady. I'm
Whatever.
sorry, ma'am.
Dead now.
Okay. And you guys see, that Alan joins the group. He is basically just a small, sort of unassuming gnome in merchant's clothing, kind of like a burgundy gold.
Oh, while he's coming over, I'm gonna walk over to the lizard man and just tell him, like, I'm thankful for your help, but please be cautious around the gnome. He might not be trusting of lizard folk right now.
Hey there, your name's Alan? My name's Zoltan. Nice to
Trust
meet
me,
you.
your problem isn't gonna be with me. I'm gonna like, eyes dart over to the redneck.
And he's leaning over to reach his hand, introducing himself to the gnome. Name's Zoltan. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Alan's just kind of sitting there with, like, eyeing both of you guys up. I'm good. Hi. Alan Alabaster, of Alabaster Guild.
Alan the
Guild.
More
Alan the
accommodating.
Bastard. Got it. Okay.
What?
What?
That name doesn't sound familiar. Alavasta.
It's pretty big in the Reichland trading lanes, although not normal people would really hear about it much.
Huh.
Who are you?
Name's Zoltan, traveling musician. I whip out my violin.
Oh,
Oh God, no one say anything.
That's interesting. I'd love
God,
to hear.
soft
a song.
bagpipes.
You'd love to hear one? All right, I'll play you a tune right now.
Oh,
Make a performance check to see the quality of your first ever performance.
They're not
tw-
bagpipes, so
23.
Oh my God. Charlie Daniels.
Actually, what kind of music would you want to play? Something upper and chippity, or
Yeah, definitely upper and chippy. He plays it more like a fiddle than he does a violin.
it's good. Like you guys can't help it, but you kind of almost want to start stomping your foot a little bit. He gets some good tunes going. Like it's some catchy like barnyard style. Like this would be accompanied well by a dude blowing into a jar.
I am proficient in pan flute too. I gotta get one of them.
Yeah, it's that kind of good ass like fucking country, good feeling kind of hoedown music. And I was kind of sitting there like, huh. I never would have thought we would have found like a genuine musician in the middle of bumfuck Dastra.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Let me get the wash
no
bucket.
intended.
What did you say, Snurp? I missed it.
Somebody get a wash bucket too.
Yeah! This iguana got the right idea.
Alan's just kind of staring at the group like expectantly and a little awkwardly. So we're going now, right?
yes, we are going now.
Hey, what are these two guys doing out here?
We can walk and talk at the same time, guys. Let's go.
Oh, Sneed, you hear that? They'd like our company.
But
Come on, Sneed. I throw my arm around Sneed. Come on, man. Let's go on an adventure.
fine, for a little bit.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
That they're joining the group.
Okay, nobody said about joining. I was just asking them what they were doing here. They're gonna walk with us? I don't know.
Well, I
Well,
don't
you
know what-
see, my
I
friend
don't know what
here.
he's doing here. I've been trying to lose him for about the last 5 months.
See, he's
Somehow
such a kidder.
this fucker- You can't lose him.
He's such a kidder. If he was trying to lose me, why is he showing me every path through the forest? I tell you, this man is getting me out of danger every step of the way.
Not even the trails that only rangers know. This guy. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
Oh, come on, Sneed. You don't have to lie in front of our good friends.
I'm not lying!
He's such a kidder.
while they're doing this, I'm gonna poke around at the dogs over here.
Okay.
I kind of want to insight check these guys and get a read on their situation.
Okay. Go ahead and make an insight check. Snurp, as you prod at these demons, and the imps, as you already passed one of them on the bridge, has already started to kind of dissolve in a weird way, almost like ashes blowing into the wind. The larger dogs have also started the same thing. From what you can ascertain, it's definitely got that same vibe as not only the big thing, but also as the little things from town.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled a 17 for my insight, by the way. But you
Snurp
can
realizes this, but he's intentionally keeping it to himself.
Okay. Xander, from what you can pick up, these guys are kind of... these guys kind of seem genuine at a surface level. They seem very uninterested in... They don't seem to have any serious goals in mind. It's kind of a happenstance relationship.
I'm gonna start walking.
Alright, I'm gonna start walking as well, because I'm not doing a whole lot of talking right now, because I am done with the past few days.
Alright, we'll head back to town. I'll buy y'all a drink. What do y'all fancy?
I'm gonna try and chop off a claw and stick it in one of my bottles just to see what happens to it as we walk.
Okay. As you go to cut off one of the claws and you stick it in the bottle, it still seems to be disintegrating, but as you're kind of watching it as you're walking, there's a bit of a pile of ash building in the bottom of the bottle.
Okay.
I probably would have stepped on one of the decaying corpses while leaving.
your foot goes straight through it, almost like when you step on like cinders from after a fire.
I will reluctantly agree to go along. So if y'all will find a home guy, I will help you in whatever the hell you're doing.
Oh, come on, Sneed. You know I'm out for the adventure.
Why are we suddenly responsible for your pet?
Oh, you're not responsible for nobody. I am a grown-ass man. I can take care of myself. I just wanted to join y'all because you seem like good company.
Hey, y'all, you want a good story? Ask him what the crossbow's for.
No, that's only for good friends, man.
I'm gonna switch to. I actually can speak fluent Goblin. I'll switch to Goblin and tell Womble he's the most impressive spellcaster for a Goblin I've ever seen.
Womble?
Womble.
Are you muted?
Shit, I am.
Oh no.
I'll speak back in Goblin.
Why, thank you, fine sir. You carry that little quite the bite yourself.
I'll give him a minor, like a head nod, acknowledging it.
So what brings y'all out into the middle of the woods here? I know why my circumstances let me out here, but it seems like a bit of odd when there's a road up yonder.
His circumstances, by the way, were interrupting my bath.
Hey! It ain't my fault you look like a gator, okay?
I'm gonna point at the gnome.
We're taking the bastard home.
He's a bastard. That is quite rude, actually.
Thank you. The fuck?
I am sorry, little gnome. That was uncalled for, little iguana.
That's alright. It's hardly the worst thing people in this group have done to me.
I feel like now that's a story and a half for drinking time.
A lot of drinks.
Don't worry, old Zoltan's paying tonight. I was pretty sure Zoltan would be a nice little pile like those two dogs were if y'all went around.
We're not going to a town yet.
Not?
We're like 3 days out. We're going to Gomond.
Gomond? Man, that is a damn trek.
Yeah. Where are you guys going?
That's a good question. Sneed, where were you heading? I mean, I've just been following him for a few days. I assumed he knew where he was going. He's a ranger after all.
Right.
My friend, most rangers come around and help out where they're needed. I've been wandering in the same direction for the last 4 months.
Like I said, you haven't been trying to avoid me.
So that puts you from Reichland territories?
Actually from the other side of Reichland. I've been trying to lose him since we got into this country.
Oh, God. You're from the south of Reichland?
Yes.
Oh, my.
You know, I have thought we've been walking for a while.
What have you been doing?
What are you
I've
talking
been
about?
providing
I told you what I've been trying to do. He's tethered.
Oh, wow.
I have been providing entertainment wherever I go to help pay for the hospitality my good friend Sneed here has showed me for these last few months.
To be fair, as much as I've been trying to lose him, he's made a lot of money playing in taverns.
It's true. I've done quite well for myself.
Well, judging from his little performance a few minutes ago, I can see why.
Yeah, he could be useful. You too.
Aw, thanks, little iguana.
I don't really have any objections so long as he doesn't try to kill me.
What? Now, why would I do that?
You know, if you hang a right half a mile up here through the tree line, it'll cut about half a day off your trip.
What do you
That was our intention. It would be probably about another... Isn't it probably about another 6 hours to get through to the road?
Kitten, get out from behind my PC. Stop.
Well, assuming you don't mind trekking through deep brush, you can cut it to 3, but...
Make a survival check, John.
Make a survival check?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 15 plus 5, 20.
20? From what you can actually estimate is that you could cut your journey down by 3, but that would be going into some very, very iffy territory of some more dangerous local wildlife. The smarter path is probably about a 10-hour trek around this large canyon area.
Notice I didn't say safe. I just said you could. To say nothing of, I'm just, pointing my thumb over here. Maybe getting it lost in a dangerous area wouldn't be so bad for me.
Zoltan's oblivious to this pointing.
John.
You spend 5 months with a traveling hillbilly, you're a gator, and tell me how you feel.
Hey, I don't think you're a gator no more, okay? The left hook was proof enough, alright? Okay, so since we're on the subject, so here I am wandering through the woods, right? And I'm coming across a stream. I'm thinking, hey, this is a pretty good stream here. And this little kid's playing, everything's good. All of a sudden, I look in the water, I think, oh, God, it's a gator. And so I go jumping in after him, and the gator starts talking, saying, unhand me, you buffoon. And I was like, oh, shit, the gator's talking.
You jumped in after the gator?
I had to save those kids. Turns out it was my good friend Sneed here.
Oh.
Been like 2 peas in a pod ever since.
Getting left hooked by a gator made him best friends for life, it seems. I can't get rid of him.
I like the cut of his jib. What can I say?
I mean, some cultures are different from others, I guess. I don't know.
Oh God, is this some kind of life debt? Do you people swear life debt?
What? You didn't say my life. Why would it be a life debt? I just had nowhere in particular to be, and you seem like an alright nice fella.
Alright, tell you what. Let's go with these people for a while. At the very least, it will give you someone else to talk to.
Well, hold on. We should ask their opinion. I don't want to impose upon nobody. If they ain't going to a town, I can't provide them with the free beverage for quite some time.
Don't know when we'll be in a town next, but...
I mean, I can provide some traveling music.
I can live without a drink for several days, so I don't mind.
Well, if we're going through the wilderness, a couple extra hands to protect people. Snurp won't turn that down.
Much like Zagnar, I can live without the drink, but I can't live without you.
Were you saying that to me or the lizard man? Or who were you saying that to?
I'm saying that to you.
Okay. Aw, I appreciate that, little goblin. See, I like these people.
Used.
I don't know if we broke Padley or not.
Oh no, that was just Alan saying really quietly, I'm confused.
Alright.
I guess we're...
Alright. He can stand here and talk on this. I'm just hold my arms out and kind of like motion forward.
Alright, follow Sneed. He knows where he's going. We'll be out of here in no time.
Okay, are you guys taking the shortest route, or are you taking the safe route around?
We're taking the safe route.
As much as I want to lose him, I will take the...
Okay.
Sorry, I kind of just made that decision for everyone. I
No, I'm
apologize.
fine with it.
Snurp is a follower, not a leader. Snurp is a follower.
You guys want some traveling music?
Oh boy.
Is it safe in these areas? Are we able to have music without attracting any unwanted attention?
He just stares back at you blankly. Then he tears to Sneed. Sneed! You know that answer?
Oddly enough, the majority of times he's played music, things don't come near us. For whatever reason, they're scared off by it.
Maybe we just keep it down for
But
now.
yeah, let's just walk and
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Conversation is fine. Music, let's wait.
That's fair. That's fair. I just put the violin away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You guys find yourself walking now. Who's leading the way through the woods?
I'm assuming Xanar and myself.
Okay. One of you can make a survival check for me, then.
She could be in the front. I'll be in the rear.
You know what? I'm a ranger. I'll join up.
Okay.
You want me to roll the survival check? I got a +5 to it.
So do I.
Oh, dang.
I rolled a 14, so 19.
Okay. You're not having too hard of a time getting through the woods. It's getting a little bit thick, and trying to kind of climb down the edge of one cliff, you guys find some interesting routing. It's getting pretty late, and you guys do find yourself pretty much in the deep, deep thick of the woods. You could push onto the road. It would probably take you, like I said, another few hours, but you're all getting pretty tired at this point.
It's not wise to travel at night here.
We can camp if everybody else wants to.
They're always tired after boom booms.
Zoltan is good with whatever.
Can we camp near water? I want to do a little fishing whenever I'm on watch duty, so I can catch some fish for the bear. Oh, by the way, we have a bear.
Wait, we got a bear?
As you kind of look over, flung into the backpack, you do see some fur just kind of poking out, as there's just this kind of like little nuzzle poking out, just kind of wiggling a little bit. It's not making any noise right now.
I'm gonna minor illusion some bear noises on the some like quieter, but not like super quiet. It's like just bear noises coming from the backpack.
Is that a baby bear? Oh my god, can I see it?
Dirk, if you wake it up, I will strangle you.
Okay, I will refrain from looking at the baby bear.
So you guys want
harsher Phelan?
You guys want to set up camp, or what are you thinking?
I'm cool with camping.
Yeah, is there anything near a river?
I'm
concealed as well.
You guys got Phelan could lead you to a river near this. You guys don't have. You're not too far away since you're in a canyon. There is a small. It's not super huge. It's maybe about 10 feet across, and you could maybe get some fish there if you wanted to. So yeah, you can set up near a river.
Okay. I think I will take last watch.
I'm gonna go fish with you.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Who else has first, or is it just Phelan?
I'll go first, yeah.
I mean, Zoltan will take watch too. Split it up.
Middle watch?
Middle watch. I like that.
All right. As you guys get campground set up, how are you setting up the campground? Are you guys doing like traditional campsite, or what you thinking?
I want to say we get a little bit concealed, right, guys?
Yeah. We don't know what's out here, so try to get some brush to screen our camp and make sure if we have a small fire that it's not visible.
Okay.
Or at least lightly visible, if anything.
Who's setting this up?
I will.
Make a stealth check. Not with disadvantage, because this isn't like you're moving.
14 plus 3, 17.
Okay.
I really liked 14s tonight.
That's not bad. You do a decent enough job, you're pretty sure, of setting things up so that it's, you kind of manage to get yourself behind a few trees kind of tactically, and you get yourself enough visual cover that you think that you're pretty well screened from a few directions.
And how
So
far
are trees
away?
around?
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're in forest, baby.
You're in dense forest to the point where, like, a good chunk of the time you cannot always see straight. You can't always see. You can't always see the sky above you.
So
Okay.
how would we be positioned if we were fishing? Would we have to leave that concealed area, or?
You're probably. I mean, you could set up right against the water, but it would be a little bit more exposed. It's up to you.
I mean, it would give us a better advantage to see things coming.
Not really. If we're, I mean, it's kind of a 50-50.
Okay.
You're giving up concealment for easy access to water.
I'm just saying it would be easier for us to see. It would also be easier for other people to see. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But I still want to catch some fish.
So would you guys like to set up against the water or a little bit farther back just to be safe, or more concealed?
I go for a little more concealed, but that's me.
Okay, we'll go with that then. Who has a first watch then?
Me.
And I'm going to be on it too.
All right, both of you. I'll have you actually both make perception checks.
Wait, weren't Athlong and I fishing?
They're last.
Last watch.
Okay.
I'm not paying. I got an 11. I'm not paying that much attention, apparently.
I have no eyes.
I'm busy praying.
3.
Oh, God.
No.
Caught scurvy, lost them eyes.
I'm curled up next to the middle of the camp. Like if there's a fire, I'm curled up next to it, but I'm just sleeping on the ground, nothing above me.
Okay.
Do we have a fire going? Because that would probably make us a bit more visible.
If we had a fire, if we don't, then I'm
you
still.
guys are going to have a small fire from what Phelan said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll have a small fire for like making food, but I don't think we would keep it up all night.
Fair.
Wow. Phelan, there's trees here.
Yeah, well, we're in a forest.
Oh yeah. Never mind then.
So at least it's not raining.
At one point during your guys' watch, you're not sure what happened, but you guys did hear a loud and then a as something sort of sprinted off in the night and something large.
The hell?
As you go to kind of look for it, there's no track. There's no sign of anything like immediately there.
Concerning.
Weird. I'll remember to mention it to the next watch so that they're aware.
Anything else you guys want to do during your watch?
Aside from my normal nightly prayers, no.
Okay. The bear gets a little cantankerous at one point. I'm assuming you beat him and get him taken care of.
Yeah.
Neutered?
What?
Neutering the bear.
Yeah, I assume that's what you meant by getting taken care of.
Why? Why?
Yeah, making sure it does its business. Normal bear stuff.
Okay.
The bare necessities. Okay, going on.
Look for
Second watch. Second watch. Who's up?
Zoltan's up.
Snurp!
Zoltan and Snurp. All right, make your perception checks as Womble and Phelan go to bed. The bear takes a little bit to fucking calm down, but eventually you get him to go pass out again.
I rolled a 20, but not natural.
Okay, good.
Snurp did roll a nat 20 for 22.
We are fucking alert.
Okay. As you guys are sitting there, maybe about like not even like an hour or two into your watch, you hear kind of in the distance. At one point during your watch, you do kind of hear something out in the water. It sounds, from those rolls, it sounds quite large and lumbering. Like maybe a large animal or large game, but quite large. And it's sort of splashing.
I'm gonna point at Zoltan. I'm gonna cast a message with so I don't make any sound.
I'm gonna sneak over. I'm saying this in your head. You can reply back to this in your
I was
head.
just say, Zoltan was just like looking around where the noise was coming from until he said that.
All right. If I don't come back, In the next 2 minutes, wake everybody up.
2 minutes. Got it.
You'll hear from me. In 2 minutes, wake everybody up.
Got it. 2 minutes.
Does he
I'm
know
gonna
how to
try
count to 2 minutes?
I know how to count.
You're asleep.
So I did not say that. He did not have anyone
I
to
have
yell.
I have a 12 in intelligence. Thank you. I know how to count quite well.
So I'm gonna try and sneak to the water's edge.
Okay, make
Or
a stealth check.
close enough to see it, anyways.
Make a stealth check.
I'll put this +5 to use. 24.
Okay.
I was gonna say nat 20 from the opposing check. Oh no.
Oh no.
About that.
Just like the spider.
So as you kind of take a couple steps and you're going down the stream, you're being really, really quiet. And as you kind of peer around a bush, kind of look down the stream, down at the edge of it, you just see like an ankle. And then you kind of look up, and this lumbering large figure, maybe about 60 feet tall, is currently crouched over in the water and is cupping water with his hand. And as soon as you peek your head over the water,
How many feet?
about 60.
Holy shit!
What?
And currently this figure is currently reaching down into the water and is kind of cupping up big scoops full of it and bringing it to his mouth. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Perfect.
60 feet of dark vision.
It looks humanoid, except for it's got an extra arm coming out from near its back. It's a little bit grotesque and just like it's kind of bumping and slightly and a little bit hunchback of Notre Dame, like just disfigured in ways. It doesn't seem like it has some scarring here and there, but it's this massive thing. No clothes. It's in the fresh nude. You can tell that it is apparently maybe a woman. And it's this massive figure that's just currently cupping water in its hand. And as soon as you peek your head around that bush, it just turns and it's staring at you right now with these two large black beady eyes, and it's just looking at you with like a cup of water in its hand, just staring at you now.
I'm gonna immediately just start backing up very slowly, pointing behind me.
Oh shit, there's something here. It's big and scary. Wake everybody up.
Wake up! We got problems!
What?
What problem?
And it kind of like gets up. Are you bolting at this point, Snurp?
If it's making an aggressive movement towards me, yes, but I'm backing up slowly.
It's currently just getting up. It's getting up to its full height, and it's going to kind of start to crouch down and look at you.
Just back it up. Just back it up. Back it up slow.
Wait. Stop.
Snurp's sending me messages, guys. There's something in the river.
Everyone can hear this at this point, by the way. You are woken up by basically what is a loud, booming, masculine-ish, somewhat feminine, kind of like a Notre Dame kind of voice coming from nearby in the river. You! Stop!
I stop.
Well, I hope
Okay,
he
just
has
gotta
a
stop
better
the place
change
too,
of
'cause he
pants,
doesn't
but
know
I'm
if
pretty
it's
sure
him.
Snurp just crapped himself.
Why are you in Bell's Forest?
I don't know what Bell's Forest is.
This Bell's Forest.
Steve, what's Bell's Forest?
And she kind of starts walking over towards you. Boom.
What? I'm just passing through.
And she gets maybe about 30 feet from you, and then she just gets down in like a Slavic squat, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at you, like, very close, now kind of encompassing, like, a 30-degree arc of your view, like, pretty fucking close.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing here?
I stopped for camping, and I heard splash, splash. I found you here. Am I not
Yes.
supposed to be here? Should I leave?
This my forest. Why you here?
Okay, I go now. Bye-bye.
I start back.
No.
Oh,
No.
You don't want me here? I can leave. It's simple as that. I can go. I can leave. I can
No
walk. Just
leave,
leave
only
it.
don't come.
Only don't come. but already here. What?
She starts sniffing the air and big things. More?
More.
She kind of gets up at this point and she starts stepping past you.
Oh no.
And at this point, you guys all fucking see this large, lumbering, hunched womanoid figure coming towards the camp.
Yeah, as she starts walking past me, I'm at point. Incoming Yucky!
Did you yell that or message it?
I'm messaging.
Oh,
Incoming
okay.
Yucky. Incoming Yucky. Hide.
Who'd you message it to?
Banjo boy.
Okay.
Hey, I have a fiddle, thank you.
As you're hearing this large, massive figure is now coming to the edge of the campsite and just sort of stops. Many people in my home. And this is point. You guys can all look up to see this very disfigured. Well, those of you who don't have dark vision can't see shit except for a silhouette.
Thankfully, I have dark vision.
I ain't never seen nothing like this
bite
before.
the bullet. I'm gonna kind of step out to where she can see me clearly.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to maybe deflect from my party.
I'm going up a tree.
I'm not gonna hide either. I'm just gonna step out. So
Zoltan's just staring like mouth agape. That is a big ass.
It is indeed a big ass.
That's all he can get out.
And she's just kind of staring down now, looking at Phelan, and kind of glances at the lizard man going up the tree and looks back down at you. Why are you here?
We're just passing through. I apologize if we disturbed you.
My home. You no come here.
We were
Let's
not
bring gift.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Unless bring gift.
What kind of gift?
Don't know. People come last time, leave. Giant elk for eat. Other group came, no bring nothing, me eat them.
We can find you an elk if you would
don't
like that.
have elk?
Not with us?
What else you have?
Give it the bear.
no.
There!
We've got a bard, don't we?
You no have anything for Belle?
We were not aware this was your home.
But my home should know.
Had we known, we would have brought a suitable gift for you.
So you brought gift.
Okay, I
I'm
don't
going
think
to,
you're gonna get yourself out of this one, Rhea.
Give gift.
I'm gonna minor illusion, like off to like the right, like an elk head, like sticking out of some bushes, 30 feet away.
Okay.
Like, look, there, elk.
How big is your minor illusion?
It's a 5 feet, so I'm just doing a head sticking out of the bushes, but I can do it 30 feet away.
Okay. It kind of looks at you like, That's normal elk. Good for toothpick, not much else. What else have?
Music! Music!
Music?
Well, so help me God, Bard.
For fuck's sake. Bard!
How tasty is music?
It's not for eat, it's for listening.
It's tasty for your ears. Yeah, it's tasty for your ears.
Thank
No
you, sir.
makes sense.
So food tasty for tongue, music tasty for ear.
Ear no eat. And you can see she's starting to get a little bit agitated.
Quick,
Why
play
in the forest?
Hey, get your fiddle out and start playing!
She's going to kind of start eyeing up the group a little bit here. If no bring gift, me take gift. It starts reaching out for the lizard man in the tree.
Jeez, are you here?
God!
Well, I believe Chris might be having some difficulties, or he poofed. We can wait for a second.
Okay, now I can say. I've been having the fiddle ready to go. And I'm like, why is everyone interrupting me? I'm shouting gift of music the entire time.
We haven't heard
we
you
didn't
at
hear it.
all.
Jesus.
I'm just picturing that Zoltan has like been spaced out this whole time, and I was like, "Oh shit, right!"
No, when she said gift of music, I was like, music, and I whipped out the violin.
Yeah, we didn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
I'm having really bad images of Attack on Titan right now.
It's a bit of that. Okay, are you gonna start playing a ditty?
Yep.
First question: what kind of ditty?
Something nice and soothing.
Okay.
Like not the high tempo thing like I had before.
Okay.
You could change it.
Lullaby. Lullaby.
Make a performance check.
Don't we need wine for this too? Where's the wine?
A 17 on my performance.
Okay. Okay. As you kind of sit there and she's reaching out and she's currently got the tree bent to like a 45-degree angle with the lizard man sitting in it, clutching to it. She's like reaching with her other hand. She starts to hear like, I would say it's probably like Master and Commander, like that slow, like just good adventure kind of calm music, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And she sort of sits there like, huh?
I mean, Zoltan's like really into it. He's not paying attention to what she's doing at all because either he knows it's good or he knows he's dead.
She's kind of like looks. She kind of looks and stops and turns around. Lets go of the tree. Make a dexterity saving throw, lizard man.
You have to get yeeted again.
You're about to get eaten.
16 plus 2, 18.
Okay, that's enough. As the tree kind of goes, boing, you manage to keep grip on it for dear God life.
No eat today.
And she kind of turns around. She looks at she tries to look at Zoltan, and her attention's kind of enthralled, and she just kind of stops. And while you're playing there, about like 30 seconds in, she kind of just does the Slavic squat, and then she sits. Her ass is kind of making a big poof of smoke around, or dust around. And she puts her arms on her elbow as you kind of play it out.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time you finish the song, she kind of sits there like, that was good.
See?
What?
Tasty for ear.
I take a little bow. Why, thank you. I appreciate that.
More.
More? Why, certainly. An artist always listens to the audience. And I start to play another one.
Okay. You start going into another one, and she seems kind of enthralled. It's almost like a baby watching TV.
I'm gonna throw a message to Xanar, saying like,
If she doesn't let us go, we gotta start thinking about a second option. And you can take a message back to me, Xanar.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to think what I would say. It's like, well, I don't really know what to do aside from run, but I don't know if there's like any tight spaces we can run into that she can't follow.
To
So
be fair,
maybe
I
we'll have
already have the high ground.
So maybe look around a little bit. Don't arouse any suspicion. See if there's any places to hide if necessary.
I'm gonna say the same message to Phelan.
Okay.
If we can't, if she doesn't stop, we gotta think of a plan B.
I don't think we can outrun this.
No, we definitely cannot outrun this.
Offer
No,
her the gift of Bard.
I'll also add that Xanar suggested I look for a place to hide from her.
At this point, Zoltan, you finish your second song, and she's just there. And her claps are like these big thunder booms. More!
Alright. The next song, though, I'm going to play is going to be, like, a little slower.
Okay. Okay. You're going for, like, the Freebird equivalent of a violin solo.
Kind of, yeah, but more like trying to lull her into more of a...
Okay.
Because I've been purposely playing, lighter tunes.
Okay, you're going for, like, a calming tune. I guess make another performance check, see how effective you are.
Okay.
While he does this, I'm gonna like try and sneak off and look for general vicinity anywhere we could try and hide.
Okay. Make a stealth check with advantage, and then an investigation check for me.
I rolled an 18 on the performance.
Okay. It seems to have her. She seems like stupid happy. Like like when like a baby's just kind of like calming down from a story. You got her kind of a little bit chilled.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was a 19 for stealth.
Okay.
I'm gonna reply to Snurp's message.
19 for stealth, and then you got what?
I wanted to reply to Snurp's message when we had a moment.
Okay. And then investigation.
15.
15. Okay. Looking around, if you're looking for ways to lose her, you kind of figure that if you go through some of the denser parts of the forest, like off and around to the south, the trees are pretty close together where she would probably have a little bit of difficulty catching up to you guys if you were smart enough to weave into them.
Okay.
And then you figure, too, you guys do see the canyon kind of ends beyond where you guys are trying to get to. You would have to get up to the top of that canyon, but realistically, it looks like it would be hard because the footpaths there are too narrow for her to really follow effectively. You're guessing.
Okay. I will communicate that in a message to Phelan after I get her message.
What's your message, Phelan?
Okay, so see if we can get him to play lullabies to put her to sleep.
All right.
It might take a while, but it should work.
I'm gonna message. What's Bart's name again?
Zoltan.
Zoltan. I'll get it eventually. I'm bad with names. So I message Zoltan.
You're playing lullabies, right?
I'm working on it.
All right, keep it up. And if it doesn't work, we got Plan B. We're gonna try. I got a possibly way out. We could try and lose her. I got another idea to get you out too, with music if it works.
Okay. I just keep playing. Okay. I'm pretty focused on the playing.
Make one more performance check for me.
Oh no, only a 13.
Okay. You're trying and you're trying and you're trying and you're playing for her, but you finish one lullaby, and again, she kind of leans forward. More. And then you go to another one, and this is like fucking 40 minutes at this point that you've just been playing for her. You're getting a little tired.
I'm getting tired and probably running out of songs.
You're running out of slow songs, at least. You're a tavern guy. This is some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, you do even another song, and she again just says, "That one's not as good. More better."
I'm gonna start pointing at everybody like the direction that I was found the possible path. I like kind of like motion for everybody, like come this way with my messages. Come this way.
Okay.
And once it's just Zoltan, I have another thing that I'm gonna do.
Okay, and I assume I'd have my stuff at this point while they were doing the whole
You just
performance.
can collect your stuff without drawing too much attention, but if you're sneaking out of the camp, I'd like you all to make a stealth check. Not with advantage, because this time everyone's leaving.
Okay, in my case, rather than being on the ground, I'm going to tree to tree to go out.
You're going to do what?
Climb from tree to tree to tree.
You're gonna make a lot of noise.
Make an acrobatics check for me. Or athletics, I should say.
Oh, thank God.
Athletics? What'd you say, acrobatics or athletics?
Either one, whichever's higher for you.
Well, it's technically a 17 for both.
Okay. You can manage that. Okay, so what are stealth checks?
20 total.
Nice. Snurp? Oh, you're not sneaking out, Snurp.
I'm not yet, no. There goes a wasted nat 18.
Azure?
Yeah.
Is Azure? No.
Are you sneaking out too?
Yeah.
Okay, roll stealth.
Okay, I was freaking out. I thought I was still muted. Also, my tab fucking broke. 1 second, need to refresh.
Okay, Chris, what'd you get?
Oh, I wasn't sneaking out yet. I'm the one distracting
you're
her.
playing. John, what'd you get?
Oh, you want me to roll for stealth as well? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Go. 10. No way.
16 plus 2, 18.
Okay.
I rolled a stealth in this.
And is Phelan trying to sneak out? And does she have
Not
to be?
yet. I
Okay.
want to make sure everybody else gets out first.
Yeah, because of the armor thing, right?
Yeah.
I would tell Phelan, everybody but the bard.
As Rommel is trying to get out, he does kind of crack a branch as he's heading out. And at one point, she kind of sits there like, hey, where's he going? Where'd everyone go?
He needs to take care of some business. He needs to use the bathroom.
Not my bathroom, my house.
That's why he had to go out of your house so he can go to the bathroom.
She kind of sits there confused for a second. No, you're not supposed to be in my house. And she kind of starts to get up a little bit.
Would I have snuck away by now already?
Yeah, the rest of the group is gone. Rommel was the last one to kind of crypto out, and he is currently at the edge of the campsite.
Can I start playing a lullaby to try and distract her from him leaving?
You can try to play one more time, but she's starting to kind of not pay attention to you. Make a performance check again.
Okay. Littlefinger. Oh, only a 13. Damn it.
Okay. You start playing to your heart's content, like to the best of ability you can. But she seems to be ignoring you at this point. Like, come to Belle's house, no gift.
We're giving you. This is your gift.
Hang on, I got one more. So you see how this little puny little man? Look at him. He's so tiny.
I get to keep man.
No. Hold on. See how this little tiny man make music? He's little. He don't mean nothing. But Tree, if Tree make music, that's something.
Tree make music. Small man make music. Me want
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion on the tree.
Okay.
To have it make the music, the first song that he had played that I heard him like before, so she hadn't heard it. Possibly, I don't know. But I'm gonna try and play that music through Minor Illusion on the tree, and that will last for 1 minute.
Okay, I'm gonna say make a deception check.
Okay.
Gotta let this work.
21.
Okay. She kind of sits there like, huh?
See, Tree make music. Tree
And
big.
she reaches for this tree that's like right next to you and just kind of grabs it and then starts pulling up and fucking rips it out of the ground, like roots and all. And this was a thick tree. Kind of holds it to her head.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So
when that minor illusion wears off, I will also cast minor illusion on the second song I played.
Well, we got 1 minute, so
Let's go.
She's kind of sitting there a little bit dumbfounded, listening to it with her head, with it up to her ear, and she's just spacing out at this point. If you guys wanted to try to slip away, you probably would have an opportunity now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
we're
go.
definitely going.
Make stealth checks with advantage. The remaining members.
18 for me.
Okay.
Not 20.
Okay. You were long gone anyway.
Thank God there was advantage
you do have
because I got a 16.
17.
Okay. Azure.
Oh no!
But he's got advantage. He's got one more. One more roll.
Advantage.
He's got advantage.
Oh, I get advantage.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. I added a number. That's another 12.
12. Good thing she's a dum-dum. She kind of sits there, and Azure, as you're walking out, you crush another stick, and you're like, shit. And you turn around and you look, and she's just sitting there with like a big, drooly, dumb face, like holding this thing almost like a phone to her ear, kind of like leaning back and forth. And you just fucking hoof it out of there. And as you guys kind of sneak maybe about, 100 yards or so away, all of a sudden you start to hear him, huh? Make play. And you hear a tree getting shaken.
We're gonna get a tree yeet, aren't we?
No play! Why stop? And then fucking in the distance, as you guys look behind you, you can see a tree just fucking peek over the tree line, like as it just got fucking yucked. And then as you hear a trick, no like.
Let's go, guys! Come on, let's go faster!
Okay. I'm gonna say you guys had enough of an advantage there in getting away that unless she does really good at figuring it out, which she didn't.
Oh.
You guys fucking hoof it. You get to the base of a cliff. You guys are still pretty tired at this point, because you did interrupt your guys' rest. But you guys managed to get up the cliff, and you kind of look back in the valley, and you can see like her shape kind of wandering around aimlessly in the middle of the forest, kind of moving trees aside here and there, like pushing them aside, looking around. And you guys gave her the slip.
Okay.
Okay, so the bard is very useful.
Bard has another trick up his sleeve too. Come on, gather round.
At this point, Alan kind of pops out from around Xanar's like, I never ran so fast. Oh, okay, this is the second time I ran that fast.
Oh boy.
Holy shit, fuck shortcuts.
While we gather around, because we're not going to have a long rest, we're going to have a short rest. I'm going to do Song of Rest while we're having our rest.
What's that do?
If me or any friendly creatures who can hear my performance, they regain hit points at the end of the short rest by spending one more hit die. Each of those creatures gain an additional die, an additional 1d6 of health.
Okay, yeah, you guys can all then do a short rest, spend as many hit dice as you want, plus one additional one from his ability then. As he sits there and he plays you all the last lullaby he has in his fucking arsenal, as he had to burn through almost all of them tonight.
Okay, hold on. Short rest. Okay, you're gonna have to explain that one more time for me because I think.
So, during our short rest, if anyone chooses, because we didn't have a long rest, everyone's hit points didn't reset. But if we have a short rest, you guys can do the hit die, and if you do, whatever hit die you choose, you get an additional 1d6 of health.
Additional 1d6. Okay.
My
Yep.
brain is a little shot.
Oh, I didn't need
Well, to
it.
make things simpler, are you guys going to keep going when you get to the top of this canyon, or are you going to try to rest again?
I think we should still try to rest.
I think we should too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I agree.
Who is going to take up... I'll say for the sake of this, we'll just have one more watch to top off the rest then, since... Well,
I'll take it.
2 more watches, sorry.
Okay, because when did that event happen? During the second watch?
Yes.
It happened really early during the second watch.
Wait,
so
really?
whoever hasn't had a watch still should take one,
Okay.
or doesn't need to.
I'll take one.
Okay,
Okay.
well, yeah, I'm on watch then. Technically, I probably would have a long rest, but we'll do that after the whole resting period, I guess.
Just for the sake of it, I normally don't do the long rest until everyone's done with them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just for
Okay,
tracking.
so whoever's got the second watch, again, I'll have you guys make perception checks. As you kind of... I'm going to say that for this one, you guys set up basically another shambled together tent, basically trying to kind of almost at the edge of the cliff, still obscured if you can get it.
Okay, well, I think I'm at disadvantage because I do not have dark vision unless the light's coming out soon.
No, not yet. So yeah, if you don't have dark vision, you're still at disadvantage.
I'm going to say that Zoltan is just passed out from playing so much.
Yeah.
Man, one of them was a 19. That would have been nice, but I didn't do that great. I got a 7 for my perception.
I have dark vision for 60 feet, so it's perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 24.
Okay. Xanar, you don't see shit. You just hear occasionally down in the distance some rustling. You don't really know what the hell's going on. It's just forest noises to you.
Okay.
Well,
Xanar needs a shirt. I can't see shit.
yeah. With your well-tuned forest senses there, John, you can hear in the distance that woman's still been stalking around, maybe for about another hour after the others went to sleep. and eventually must have just sort of buggered off. She seems to have gone deeper into the canyon where you guys didn't really need to go. And a couple of times you do kind of catch some glimpses through the clearings down in the canyon. It's a little offsetting at first because you think that it looks like an elk that's kind of transposed too close. But it turns out that it's an elk that's maybe about 40 feet tall.
Okay.
And every now and then you kind of catch glimpses of like one or two of these kind of just wandering through the woods. Like you see a couple. And you assume there might be a herd out there, but like, Jesus fuck, those things are huge.
So that's the big elk she was talking about.
Giant fucking elk.
I don't think we could have gotten one.
So your guys' watch goes without a hitch pretty well. Who's taking the final watch?
Wait, I thought that was the final watch.
I thought that was final.
No.
You have 2 watches.
Yeah, he corrected himself.
Zoltan will get up.
I guess Snurp will get up too. Because this is our watch that went to shit.
Okay. You guys can make the perception checks as the other goes to sleep. This time, the light is starting to come up, so the people who are falling asleep kind of like pulling leaves over their faces and shit.
21.
10.
In my case, I'm just going to pull a hood down over my face.
At one point, you guys do spot down in the canyon below again that woman figure does kind of walk past in the clearing at one point, and she's kind of looks around and sniffs the air. And this is probably about like several hundred yards behind you guys down in a canyon that's like 100 feet below. Kind of sniffs the air and then just keeps kind of walking through it, and she's currently dragging behind her the form of one of those elk.
Well, she got her thing. Hopefully she won't want us anymore.
Zoltan's out of songs. I hope she doesn't want us anymore.
Good job keeping her distracted.
An artiste always performs when asked upon.
Yeah, you do real good.
Thank you. You had a good plan, Snurp. I liked the tree illusion. That was quite nice.
Yeah, Snurp speak dum-dum.
I'm glad somebody was able to.
I give him like a light punch on the shoulder.
I just kind of pat him on the back, lightly. A lot less stressful without her trying to, kill us and all.
Yeah. Yeah. But Snurp used to people try to kill him.
Well, that's no good.
So that's the life of a kobold.
I say, these people try to kill you? Because if they do...
Mm-hmm. The goblin tried to make me his slave once.
What? I mean, he does seem a bit eccentric. I could see him trying that.
I have no recollection of such a thing.
You're sleeping! Snurp and Zoltan are having a bonding moment. Let us bond.
All right. As you guys just get through your rest, you guys can wake up. Everyone can mark a long rest. You guys are maybe about, from the best estimate from any of you guys, you're probably only really a couple of hours from the main highway again.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but Zoltan doesn't want to spend another minute in this forest any longer than he has to.
I want to scan the horizon, see if there's any trace of what's-your-face.
Okay, make a perception check.
I'll point out where she was originally. Like where we saw her heading off with the elk.
Right.
15.
15? After you take about maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds to just really scan the tree line. No sign of her, really.
Okay. Seems clear for now.
Alright, everyone ready? We can head out.
That lady was like 20 snurps stacked on top of each other.
Oh,
I'm gonna measure that up here. Yeah, that's about right. About 20 of y'all. She was probably about, 10 of me? Probably more.
I'm sorry, I'm just getting the mental image of, the kobolds in a coat thing, but like with that thing.
I ain't never seen anything like that woman before. Anyone else ever seen anything like that?
Nope.
That's
I
weird.
think with my history, no.
I'm gonna say, John, make a survival check once.
All right.
Yeah, considering you were the one leading us through this forest at one point.
Everyone here, he'd probably be the most close to finding it, knowing it. Actually, sorry, nature.
Wait, nature or survival?
Nature.
Okay, that's 14 plus 3, that's 17.
You've heard of things like this. You haven't directly encountered this specific kind, but you figure that was probably some sort of subtype of troll. They can get pretty fucking big and gnarly in areas that are more untouched. That one definitely has had free reign of that canyon for a while.
Well, hot dang. I didn't even know trolls spoke. I learned a bunch of new things today, and I like being with y'all.
I'm assuming John shared that knowledge. Did you, John?
Yes, I'll choose to share that.
This grouchy old man character is spilling over into his real life mannerisms.
The look on his face.
I can hear the whip crack behind him.
Okay, so that was one day. Jesus, I hope the next one's going to be on the highway. No, it should be. Okay.
I know why John's lizard man is traveling. To escape his equally grouchy wife.
And then the stupid redneck bard shows up out of nowhere.
And ruined it.
That'd be pretty good. Oh, you guys pack up and continue on?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
We heading for a road. On
Go
the road again.
Maybe about, it's not even a couple hours, but you guys do finally find what seems to be a wide, and the forest pretty much starts to kind of cut off and gives way to what seems to be slightly less abrupt, like slightly less heavily densely populated forest with some rolling plains kind of interspersed here and there. Oof, let me adjust from there. Ooh, actually, I gotta pause for 1 second. Uno momento.
So that was a pretty good plan that you guys had there.
Hey, Snurp speak dum dum. Snurp speak dum dum.
Snurp had a perfect plan.
I'll be honest, when you like Snurp has a backup plan, I thought it was going to be, all right, Snurp, what's your backup plan? Run!
That's essentially what it was, but much quieter.
And with an added, like, brilliant moment of, oh, crap. That was actually good.
The tree makes music now. Hey!
And I had minor illusion, too. I was like, wait a minute. We can get away with this.
The travel goes pretty well. Not really too much of an issue. You guys do start to see more and more. There are several wagons that ended up going past. It seems to be that this is a pretty well trafficked highway. You notice that most of what's going past seems to be either families, merchants, or like just supply caravans and stuff like that. A lot of logistics seem to be going through.
As we were passing by these people, I'm probably going to be giving them a slight warning. Keep an eye out for trolls.
Some of them kind of look at you like, on the main highway? No
You'd
way.
be surprised.
Okay. Huh.
as we pass people, I'm gonna grab my tail like with my hands. I'm gonna keep it in front of me, pull the hood up over my snout as close as I can.
Okay, it's not a bad idea. A couple of them do kind of balk a little bit at Womble in the group. They don't notice Snurp as much, especially with him doing that. But a couple of them do seem to have some pretty adverse, like, side eye that they do give to Snurp as they go by. Especially some of the families and stuff that seem to be going by.
I'm gonna walk near Womble just to make sure that nobody does anything untoward towards him.
Okay. At one point during the journey, though, you guys do kind of see off in the distance up ahead, beyond just normal people walking, there is quite a large formation seems to be coming of what look like soldiers in a burgundy and white kind of colored armor. Random fatigues, carrying some banners. It seems to be quite the large formation, like maybe 200, 300 men strong.
I'm going to go ahead and get off the road.
This is not Hafan Theocracy, right?
Does not look like the same coloring. Hell no. This is...
Reichland, probably?
You're guessing as much. I mean, you've heard general bits of it. You're guessing this is a Reichland troop. At one point, Alan kind of goes like, "Oh, that's a good idea. We should clear out."
Yeah.
Hey,
Zoltan gets out of the way.
Yeah, I'm getting out of the way.
Snurp is like he's like not paying attention, then he notices that everybody's going, oh, and he scoots off real quick.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting off the road.
Okay. You guys all clear off, and as the kind of large troop is walking past, and you guys are probably like, how far off? Like maybe like 100 yards off the road?
Yeah, probably. Well, I wouldn't have gone quite that far, but that works.
Or like 100 feet or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say 100 yards. That's a football field away from the road.
Yeah.
Fucking army, nope.
Yeah, very much nope.
You guys see, it's mostly foot soldiers. As many are wearing heavy plate. Then there is formations of men that are just wearing nothing but cuirasses with. It seems like very colorful. Like it's very much heavy in that burgundy and white kind of coloring. With some had feathers in their caps. Many of them carrying large, long pikes. There seems to be a group of men who seem to be in just burgundy and gold robes. In a small group of the unit, there's a horse detachment. It seems to be a very large mixed unit, kind of going by. And at one point, one of the groups, you kind of see there is a horse, there's a rider who kind of broke off, who's kind of heading in your guys' direction.
Uh-oh.
I'll step forward.
Okay.
Are they looking for Snurp? They're not looking for Snurp, right? They're not looking for Snurp.
Zoltan just puts his hand on his shoulder. Shh. They don't need to know. You're fine. And pats him on the head.
If there's a tree nearby, I'm gonna go lean into it.
Okay. Yeah, it's not too hard. You're maybe like 20 feet off from the group, but yeah, you can lean up against a tree and...
I'd probably hang out kind of close to Phelan.
Alright. This rider kind of comes up, kind of going for the middle of the group, looks around for who to address, seeing Phelan and Xanar at the front, is like, "Excuse me, adventurers!
Yes, sir.
May I have a word?"
Go right ahead. What can we help you
with the Navand 5th Regiment. I would ask if you have any information about Hafan Theocracy or have seen any movement in these parts.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
I'm sorry, we're from the Navand 5th Regiment. I'm inquiring if you have seen any Hafan Theocracy activity in these parts or anything suspicious.
Believe it or not, they were putting people in cages in Burmakek, and they were also hanging out in Baras. A couple of them, anyway.
Are those the gold armor fuckers?
Uh-huh.
So, you have seen activity.
Oh, yeah.
One blew himself up.
Interesting. One moment, please. And he kind of rides off again towards the unit.
Oh shit, they're gonna take us now.
Maybe I should have kept my fucking mouth shut.
What does that also mean for those towns? Are they going to tear them inside out?
Hopefully not.
Why does it matter to you? You're not there now.
Honestly, if they're just looking for the Hafan Theocracy soldiers, they shouldn't bother the townsfolk.
About like another 30 seconds, 45 seconds later, he comes back. It seems that he rode up into formation next to a person who is in... It's a fully plate mail armored warhorse in bright burgundy, white, and gold like regalia.
Ooh, that looks like a $20 gold coin horse.
It's an expensive horse. On it sits a man in full, like, heavy ornamental burgundy plate with some gold trim. Very large helmet kind of sitting at his side. It looks like this guy's fucking a brick shit house. But his scalp is completely cleanly shaven. He's got a fairly pockmarked up head. And he kind of has a brief conversation with this soldier who rode up to you guys, and then the guy rides back up to you guys. If you could provide any more details, who did you say was in Barest? We knew about the slave taking in Burma Cat. That was an incident that we've already had reports on, but Barest, you said you saw activity.
There was, I'm gonna basically explain about the guy that I saw in the town of Barest.
Because there was the guy who exploded himself, and then there was a couple of representatives.
No, the guy who exploded himself.
Unfortunately, Grognar was the only one who got a good...
The guys who were watching our last fight in the town.
Exactly.
I was going to say, the guy who blew himself up, Grognar is the only one who got a good look at him, and he gone.
And this is the first time that these +2 members are hearing about this, I'm thinking.
We assume.
We assume.
Oof.
I mean, Zoltan just taking everything in. He just got this excited look on his face, like, man, look at all this stuff happening. I like being with these people.
When you describe them, make an insight check. Specifically Phelan.
Said insight?
Yep.
18.
Okay. As you're describing the figure, the man's face starts to get a mixture of excited, but he's keeping it professional. And his face is like, I appreciate you sharing this information. Please wait here. I need to relay this.
Okay.
And
Man, they keep going back and forth.
And he rides back again.
Hey, you guys have been all over the place, haven't y'all?
About 20 or 30 seconds later, you hear loud. You hear like a sharp chip tune on like it's almost like a horn, just like a doot, doot, doot. And suddenly this whole formation, this whole troop stops. Like all the marching just stops, and the horses kind of play in space as they suddenly get stopped. And now the scout's coming back with this large, burly man coming back, riding.
I wish I could say I was surprised. This is what I get for associating people.
Snurp, we maybe should have listened to you.
Yeah, we should have shut up.
They ride back, and this large, basically brick shit house of a guy in heavy plate kind of stares down at you guys, eyeing you up for a moment. He looks like he is just kind of weighing you up. He doesn't look like he's hostile. He just looks like he's got resting bitch face.
I'm hiding as much blue as possible.
Okay. He stops for a second on you and Womble, but he doesn't really seem to care too much. And it's at a certain point, his voice kind of comes through like fucking gravel being scraped across heavy old lumber, and it's just, excuse me. I understand that some of your party has had interactions with the High Inquisitor.
The High what now?
Oh, what? He was the High Inquisitor?
Correct. Gold robes, held a staff, 2 accompanying Inquisitors.
Yeah, that was in Barest a couple of days ago.
Do you have any information on what he was doing there?
Honestly, he was meeting with,
It was Vance.
Vance, the captain of the guard.
What interest would he have with some bumblefuck guard captain in the middle of this Dastra?
Not sure Vance wasn't too happy about it.
And what were you all doing there?
Delivering missives from, Burmakek to Barest.
And who do you represent?
Sure as hell don't represent the Havant theocracy. Those fuckers tried to throw us in cages and sell us at slave markets.
They did what now? These guys sound like assholes. Oh, I'm sorry, I swore.
Kind of eyes you guys up a little bit, and then you kind of hear a bit of a grating, like a chuckle. It's a little offsetting. It's like a guy who he laughs, and everyone kind of just stares at him because he's awkward. Bit of a.
I can tell that. Okay, so High Inquisitor checking out middle of nowhere town in Barest.
Worth checking out. At this point, he's addressing the scout that's next to him.
Send 5 men, go find out what they might have been looking for. You lot, you have any other interactions with the Fon theocracy?
Not that I'm aware of.
Any interaction with a Dastran intelligence?
The what now?
And he's eyeing you guys up really fierce right now.
He just looks really Zoltan looks really convinced. The what now?
How would we know if we had interactions with the Doxtran intelligence?
Are you saying that as Phelan right now?
Oh, I'm saying that as Phelan.
Okay. I can actually make a deception check then.
Wait. Okay.
15?
Okay. Just because of the fact that you genuinely aren't 100% sure what's going on here, I'm going to give that quite a bit of a boost. It kind of eyes you down again.
Alright. Proceed on your way. Thanks for the tip. Enjoy the Reichland enjoy the kingdom.
You too. We have a great day, sir.
One moment, sir, before you go. May we have your name?
Commander Haskar of the 5th Regiment of Navan.
Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful day.
Hey, is he kind of customer service voice?
Yes, I did.
And actually, I do want to say one more thing to the dude. The town, they've seen some tough times the past couple days. Just don't do anything too harsh to the people or anything. They've been through a lot.
Kind of stops, looks at a scout.
I'm sending scouts. What do you think I'm gonna do?
Look, I'm just saying some incidents went down and some people are distraught. They can't deal with a whole lot right now, I think. It's just a courtesy is all.
What kind of incident are we talking about?
One that disturbs everyday life type of incident.
Oh, now I gotta know this.
No, I mean, are we talking fire, an attack, drought, famine, disease?
Let's see, there was a demon attack.
A what now?
And a couple of attempted and one successful murder.
What the?
Two murder.
Zoltan just looks at Sneed like, the fuck?
Turns to the guy next to him.
Two murders, that's right.
Bring a knight with you. Thanks for the heads up. We'll, be gentle.
It kind of spits in your direction with that one. Kind of turns back. And then just ignores you guys and rides back to the troop. The scout kind of... Huh?
Sorry, how do you spell his name? I was going to put it in the notes.
Haskur. It's Haskur.
Commander Haskur of the something.
Navand 5th Regiment. It seems to be one of the regiments of the Reichland Empire.
Okay. Thank you.
He rides off. The scout kind of just like tips his helmet to you guys, and then rides back to the troop. You guys hear another bit of a doot, doot, and then the whole formation just kind of starts moving again like a well-oiled machine.
Well trained.
What the hell have y'all been doing?
You really don't want to know.
Oh, I do want to know at this rate. I really want to get you that drink. This is going to be fun story time.
You can drag it out of one of the others. I don't feel like going into it.
Oh, come on. I ain't just saying that. We'll have story time all around. Don't worry about it.
Okay, and as you guys probably pick back up your trip along the road here, the rest of your guys' trip seems pretty uneventful as far as this day. Would anyone to be doing anything on this journey at all? As far as
Probably just keeping an eye out for anything to hunt alongside the road. Maybe just deer or anything.
Sure.
That's probably not going to be really a thing.
You don't want to hunt any of them giant elk?
Make a survival check.
Okay.
Actually, you're just kind of glancing along the road.
It was a nat 20.
Okay, never mind. As you are going here, maybe about like a couple hours into it, you see a small pond or lake, maybe about 100 or 200 yards off to the right of the road, and you do see a small family, a couple of deer, about 3 or 4 babies, all taking drinks and kind of looking around.
Is it only babies or?
No, it's a buck and it's a big doe.
Okay, yeah, I'm probably going to. I'll draw my bow. That's the longbow that Snurf gave me.
How far away are they?
Pond's maybe about 100 yards away from you guys are. It's pretty wide. I'd say if you guys were looking at them, they're about 300 yards away, I'd say, from you right now.
I really hope you're not poaching.
You want more food for the bear? I mean, if you think we shouldn't, I can leave it alone.
I get up my light crossbow and I raise it up, waiting, just watching Xanar.
Go for it. I mean,
people hunt all the time. I don't know if there's any specific rules. Would I know there are specific rules about hunting in these parts?
Make a history check.
Okay. Okay, that wasn't a terrible roll.
I was
15.
just thinking, the way our luck goes, we'd be the king's freaking land or something.
15.
15. From what you know about Reichland, because you know the hunting rules in Dastra, and they're pretty much just it depends on the season. Sometimes they have issue regulations, but they haven't done that in a while. Reichland, from what you can tell, there is rules against it, but there's also extremely rampant poaching. So, it's a law against it, but you also know a lot of people do it. From what you remember.
Best leave it alone.
Yeah, our luck is bad enough we would wind up getting named for it.
I look around. Is there anybody nearby?
Make a perception check.
20.
Pretty good. There is a single small family, it seems, moving along with a single wagon cart. They passed you guys maybe about 5 or 10 minutes ago, and they're still kind of in sight off in the distance, but going away. Other than that, nothing that you can see on the road right now.
I shoot.
Wait, can I interrupt him before he does that?
Well, first of all, you are way too far away. What's the last range increment on a light crossbow?
320.
320? Okay, well, you're 300 yards away. So you would have
yards, not feet. Okay.
You would have to sneak up around the edge of the pond in order to get a shot off.
Then never mind. I thought you said 320 feet, or 300 feet, so never mind. If I'm too far away, then I wouldn't bother.
Okay. Okay. a few seconds pass. The deer family's still sitting there, and then you guys just going to continue.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that as a resounding yes.
Yeah.
You guys continue along your way. There's a few times that the bear gets really finicky. You're running a little bit low on food for it, as in that pre-existing mash. I mean, you could always break up another ration pack to feed it, but it seems fine for now. And I'll say that you guys get probably like a half day's travel from Goman before night falls. And you guys find yourself at a T intersection. It seems to be that there's a couple of other wagons and stuff pitched up nearby in a kind of a communal camp area. And it is pretty late. If you guys want to call it a camp, set up camp here.
Well, you know what they say, safety in numbers.
I agree.
Okay. As you guys go over towards this group, I think we'll call it a night there. And then, we'll pick up there next time.
Okay.
Cool.
Do.
So, Padley, just one question. Did that troll actually roll a nat 20?
It did.
God damn it.
I kind of stared at it like, wow, there's no way they can beat that. Okay.
Second time that has happened to me.
Just like the spider.
Yeah, dude. Snurp, you got bad luck with that. But holy fuck you guys with that fucking dogs. That didn't even get to hit you.
Like, I got a bunch of support spells and stuff, and it's like, well, by the time I got to my turn, they're like one hit away from death. I don't need to do anything.
Okay, that actually reminds
here's pew pew.
That actually reminds me, real quick. I did throw the javelin. I didn't explicitly say I go to collect it. Would I have been able to collect it?
The one that glanced off of his shoulder? Yeah, you would have been able to collect that one.
Okay.
The only ammunition I think that was lost was the arrow that fell into the river.
I already marked that off.
Yeah.
You're already doing better than I did on Grognar, though. Grognar lost 5 or 6 arrows in his 8 shots.
Yeah, Grognar has some pretty shitty luck with that thing.
Mm-hmm. What's wrong with you? I'm never using you again. And then
He
never did.
Very well may not be using it again.
So, how do you guys like the 2 new characters?
Their dynamic is amazing.
I like them.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to play a bard next time I start a new campaign.
Redneck Bard was one of my favorite ideas that I had. Yeah, unfortunately I don't get the banjo though. Banjo wasn't invented till the 1800s. You can't even swing that in D&D.
Okay, but D&D is fantasy where they also get guns and stuff, and it's...
I go off of the normal book, which doesn't mention guns at all.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to have a banjo, you could have the world's first attempt at a banjo. I wouldn't really care, but we'll stick with a violin because it's still fun, because I'm still getting that real strong country vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. The fiddle was the original country instrument, so it's definitely appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Play us some Devil Went Down to Georgia.
That's what John thought I played to introduce myself to the group.
That was pretty good.
When I roll a 23 on performance. I will say this about bards, though. Bards are fantastic in soft stats, but not so great in combat.
Have consistency in everything.
Oh, yeah. My athletics is a +0, but everything else is at least a +2.
Yeah, you're kind of like a skill monkey caster.
But I have a plus. What was it? A +7 to persuasion and a +6 to perception.
Oh God, you have more than I do.
Well, you guys have.
All right, I had the bonding with Snurp. I gotta have the bonding with Wombo at some point.
What is your wisdom stat?
15.
I'm smarter.
I had a dialogue in my head prepared for literally interactions with everybody. I was super excited for the Redneck Bard.
It's a good character pickup.
It shows.
I'm excited for more grumpy old man as well.
Thank
He
you.
won't leave me alone.
I like the idea that he basically literally just did like an epic journey just trying to ditch you.
But my +6 in perception made me find him every time.
It's probably like some spell like effect or something at this point.
I just like think he's a very friendly person and doesn't like to lose people.
He's the guy right now that with today's text you once a day just to see how you were doing.
No. He makes me think of that like stalker type where he thinks you're his friend, so he just constantly texts you and wants to chat and hang out. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
And no matter how many times you tell him you don't want to hang out, they'll be at some party and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, we're friends. We go way back." It's great.
All right, well that was fun, guys. I'm gonna head out and go to bed. You all have a good week.
Yep,
Thank
me
you,
too.
guys.
Thanks for the session again.
Yep, thanks you guys.
Good guys.
Boy.
Bye.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.